I should be back. Hello, hello, hello. Let me just grab the new chat. Vilefoot, I'll kill you if you take those plaques. I will fucking kill you. I'll break your kneecaps. And, like, you will be force-fed to servants. Servants? Serpents. I suppose the servants could also get in on it if they'd like. The mods are probably hungry. I'm sure they could a little Biofoot wouldn't go unappreciated. Okay. Cool. I've got the new chat up. All right. Cool. So we're just gonna drop back into our Malagor campaign. Shouldn't need any mods for it because they fixed the Basilisk bug. Was it the... No, Cockatrice, not Basilisk. Hey, Ice Veins. Hey, Mad Matt, what's up? Oh, whoops. I closed Twitch chat, not YouTube chat, like an absolute dingus. I am not a smart man. Yeah, we were going to play Final Fantasy tonight, but they're doing maintenance. So yeah, we were going to play Final Fantasy tonight. So, you know, pivot, as they say. Pop out chat. Put you over here. Thank you, Castrati, for changing the title. Appreciate that. Okay. Okay. Here it is. Yeah, I know it's on an old version. Bite me, game. Yeah, that is, like, of the last, I think, 3 or 4 times I've tried to play Final Fantasy, 2 of those times were during maintenance. I seem to have a natural power for that. But hello, hi, welcome. Hopefully everyone's having a good night. And we can hopefully finish this campaign tonight, because someone already did pay for doing another challenge campaign, which was that someone paid to do an ice to give to Throt.
Yes. Good.
So the idea was like an ogre campaign that's all about using ice themed units, which sounded like super fun.
$5 through super
But I need to finish this one to do that.
Tech, it's 10 for me. Might be able to be a part of a bit of this, but it's late. Also, any lore on Tzeentch and how he was the strongest chaos god once.
So first of all, thank you for dropping by, and I really appreciate the super chat. Tzeentch as the strongest chaos god. So what that is that story revolves around a myth, right? A tale that is told mostly by the followers of Tzeentch, and whether or not it actually happened is, of course, a great mystery. It probably happened in some way, shape, or form, but, you know, time and space flow differently in the realms of chaos than they do elsewhere. Also, for anyone that's never joined us until this moment for this campaign, the challenge is basically that we have to go around blowing up all of the good guy capitals across the old world. The only ones that we have left to blow up are, if memory serves, I need to blow up I think Cadron, Castle Drakenfels, and then I'm off to destroy Wei Jin over in what's it called? Which I'm actually, I don't know why I was heading south. Because I know I already popped Karasakarak and Black Crag and Skaven Blight. Well, Skaven Blight actually wasn't one of my objectives. We did successfully pop the Oak of Ages. So I'm gonna go north because I still need to get Corone. But anyway, so there's a myth about where all magic came from. Well, not magic necessarily, but spells. So where did all of the knowledge of spells come from? The ability of spell casting, the various ways to communicate a spell, because all spells are some form of language that takes raw magic and weaves it into the form of a structured etheric concept that then alters reality. And essentially, one of the tales that was told was that what went down was that there was a time where Tzeentch's schemes all came to their greatest fruition. So Tzeentch's schemes like reached their absolute height, and Tzeentch managed to deceive all of his brothers well enough that he ascended to being the one true mightiest god of chaos. And as part of that, as he swelled with power and the crystal labyrinth began to like devour much of the realm of chaos, the other three dark gods, Nurgle, Khorne, and Slaanesh, realized that their brother had successfully connived and schemed to the point where he had reached the absolute. And so they teamed up. So Nurgle, Khorne, and Slaanesh all joined forces, and they attacked Tzeentch. And during the assault, Tzeentch fled up the peak of a mountain near the Crystal Labyrinth. And on top of this big old mountain within the realm of chaos, there was a great epic showdown where the three brothers fought their way up around and around and around as they climbed up this mountain. And at the very top, Tzeentch fought all of his brothers simultaneously, but the three of them working together was too much for him. And so they managed to grab him and they cast him down from the mountain. And as Tzeentch fell, the shrieking god entity, Tzeentch, impacted on the jagged spiked rocks below, and when he did, he shattered into billions of pieces. And each of those billions of pieces scattered into the ether. And it's said that each one of those pieces of Tzeentch became a spell. So became the concept of a spell that would then worm its way into the minds of mortals and allow them to come up with the proper phrase or words in order to bring that spell into existence. And this ties into the creation of a character that if you've played Total War, you're probably very familiar with, which is the Blue Scribes. In that the Blue Scribes were ultimately two pieces from this legend, two tiny pieces of Tzeentch, these little blue horrors, that Tzeentch charged with the task of running around and collecting the knowledge of every spell in existence, in the hopes that when they successfully gather all the pieces, they will be able to return them to Tzeentch, as every spell they record is a spell that is then added to Tzeentch's own concept, you could say. And by doing this, if they accomplish their task, they will basically resurrect Tzeentch in his all-powerful form. But the joke against the Blue Scribes in Tzeentch's eternal system as being the goofy asshole that he is that despite doing their best, the Blue Scribes' task, in truth, is utterly impossible. It cannot be done. And the reason is that whenever someone like mispronounces a spell or miscasts or makes some kind of mistake, whenever any of that happens, that has essentially created a new spell. So the issue for the blue scribes is that mortals, whether it be humanity or chaos or the Famir or the elves or the Cathayans or whatever, just through the simple art of them learning magic or stumbling over magic or miscasting magic, they are creating an infinitesimal amount of new magic, which means that the blue scribes will never succeed. It is literally impossible for them to keep up with the amount of magic that is being created at any given moment. Vera, hi! Hi, Vera, hello. Sounds like a legit story, not a myth. Well, so that's part of the mystery, right? Is that the truth behind it is not well known. We don't know whether it actually did definitely happen, or if it happened, but maybe it happened like a very long time ago. Ooh, Wormslayer sword. Or whether it has yet to happen. Because once again, chaos doesn't flow in a linear fashion. It bounces around. And is all confusing and messy.
You bring
so it's impossible to say.
Yes,
and it could very well just be a story, or it could be something that happened in an alternate reality, or it could be something that happened in a timeline that never came to pass.
Thepare donated $5 through Super Chat.
Oh, thank
also,
you.
Another question:
Thank
what's
you,
the
Skara.
changeling's deal with him and trying to imitate Tzeentch? Love him, but only know he pranked the other. How's God?
What is the changeling's deal with him and trying to imitate Tzeentch? So, okay, I assume based on what you're asking, so one of the things about the changeling is that the changeling can take any form, including that of the gods, but he cannot take the form of Tzeentch. That is the one exception, because Tzeentch basically has restricted that power from him. Tzeentch is ever a jealous god, and ever a god that, despite being a great trickster, is prone not to... he's a bit of a hypocrite. All the Chaos Gods are hypocrites. And Tzeentch does not enjoy being the butt of the joke, or allowing one of his minions to take on his form. At least is how it's originally proposed. It could be the idea that Tzeentch in and of himself is an ever-changing entity, that he does not have a consistent form, and that he is always shifting between concepts and ideas. But the original version of the story is that the Tzeentch in his pride will not allow the changeling to take his form. Which on one hand is probably for the best, and the smartest way to deal with it, because the changeling would likely do things that Tzeentch might not approve of and would probably piss him off immensely. But on the other hand, think of what Tzeentch could get away with if he had a proper doppelganger. The changeling is a very funny character, though. He is a good time. Yeah, so Scar, the thing to keep in mind about the Dark Gods is which one of them is the most powerful is very contextual. And it depends on what is going on at any given moment. The quote-unquote truth of it is that the quote-unquote truth of the matter is said to be that each of the dark gods becomes more powerful depending on circumstance. So there are times where Nurgle is the strongest, when like great plagues and diseases are ravishing the mortal realms. And there are times where Tzeentch is said to be the most powerful, when there are great ages of magic and powerful rituals being unleashed and great storms of magic blowing across the world. There are times where
X100. You could imagine a story where
Slaanesh
Tzeentch is in
can
terrible
become the
peril
strongest
from another
during
god,
certain
and he
scenarios,
allows the changeling
excessive
to take
moments
his form
and
as
great
part of some scheme, which will
like
have no unintended
corruptings
consequences
of
whatsoever.
great civilizations and falls of great heroes and such. But generally, Khorne is the most powerful most of the time. And that's because the Warhammer world is ever full of war. It is a world that is full of ceaseless conflict. And war is at the very heart of what it is as a setting. So because of that, Khorne is often depicted and said to be the mightiest of the dark gods, due to that aspect. Shaman Wolf, thanks for the bits. You can imagine a story where Tzeentch is in terrible peril from another god, and he allows the change to take his form as part of some scheme, which will have no unintended consequences whatsoever. Yeah, that's something I would very much see being a plausible Age of Sigmar storyline. I could actually see Age of Sigmar having a storyline that utilizes the Changeling in such a way. The Changeling hasn't really done a whole lot in Age of Sigmar yet. He's been pretty quiet, which is interesting. Have I finished The Infinite and the Divine? No, I've been listening to the audiobook, which is long. But I've been listening to it when I take Sadie on walks. So I'm trying to remember what part I'm at. Oh, I'm a ways in. I am actually making progress. I just got to the part where they have opened the tomb of Nepereth, and Trazen and the girlies were fighting. Yeah. So that is what I have been. That's the part I'm currently at. Thought you were doing Final Fantasy today. I wanted to, but it's on maintenance. I logged on, and they were starting maintenance in like 20 minutes. So we managed to blitz through the Little Ladies' Day event, the like start of it. We literally had less than a minute left when we finished it. But yeah, they just started maintenance like 20 minutes ago. And it's not going to be done for like another 5 hours. So I said, screw it! We'll finish our Malagor campaign instead. But you know what I haven't done yet today is I haven't asked, how is everyone? How are you all? I hope you're doing well. It is lovely to see you.
Is this a joke?
You bring a token trinket to give to Throt. Yes, yes. Good. I accept your offering for Mulder Clan.
Adnecroplayer97 donated $5 through Super Chat.
Thank you for the Super Chat.
Got to say it's super funny that Yarlon Lawbeards are doing a couple streams on Marathi, and in between parts GW announced a Daughters of Cain box.
Listen. I'm not saying that Games Workshop watches Lorebeards, right? I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that GW has a very suspicious track record of whenever we decide to do something on Lorebeards, we are basically like calling out what's about to get done. Cold feels like minus 18 outside. That does sound pretty fucking cold. Okay, I do need to be a little careful with how I go in this way. Let's make this into a temporary herd stone. Oh, what? It doesn't include Dragonhof in its area? That's dumb. Ugh, I just got bamboozled. Well, whatever. I guess I'll just try and unlock a disease in this area. More harpies. More harpies for the fires! So when do I think Games Workshop will make Ashland versus Yin official? Oh, it's coming. It's coming. Oh, did y'all see? Okay, wait. Did any of... So the new Cathay book comes out in less than 2 weeks, and I'm super excited about that book. Because there's already been some... They're not leaks, because it's not really a leak per se, but some of the content creators that got early access to the book have been putting out like little snippets. Have y'all seen the confirmation of Yin being a girl failure? Has anybody seen that? Because it is spectacular. Like, she's exactly what I thought she was. And it makes me so happy. Like, Yin frustrates the fuck out of her dad. And that is absolutely wonderful. Like, it makes me so happy. Hold on, let me blow up Castle Drakenhof real quick and I'll show you. Is there anyone defending it? No, I could just waltz all in. Hey, you'll love to see it. Okay, so I'll make this into a herdstone. Might as well. Don't mind me. Okay, hold on. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up because it's really funny. Okay, here we go. So, look at this. Look at this. As Corsairs, so that's Dark Elves, as Corsair ships plague the coasts of Grand Cathay, Yin is tasked by a frustrated Dragon Emperor to, I think it's embolden, or in something, her role as the Guardian of the Eastern Province. Though the free-spirited dragon is reluctant to be so chained to duty and responsibility, she agrees to honor her father's wishes and begins to take a more active role in the protection of Cathay's ocean borders. And this I think it builds up to like a little reference to the whole invasion of Lustria incident. But I love the whole thing of that, like, Dark Elves are showing up murdering people and her dad's like, do your job! And she's like, oh, I don't want to. But Dad! What in the poll would I rather do? We just did an entire Lordbeards on Krokgar. So, like, I mean, there's plenty of, like, little snippet things I could say about him, but I don't feel like there's anything new I'd really contribute that wouldn't be included in that stream. Ripperdactyls are kind of interesting. More Krokgar? There is no more Krokgar to go over. We've already gone over, like, I feel like I've exhausted the Krokgar conversation. Like, I could talk about it, but I can't. I'm struggling to think of anything that I didn't cover on the stream. Oh, Archaon's dead. That's unfortunate. Alright, I can pop a pop temple hop on my way out just to farm some more points. Because we are heading east. We have blown up everything we're supposed to blow up. Oh no, the Warriors of Chaos. Oh, it was an outpost. Okay. Do the thing. My job in the west is finished. I march east. I think we'll stop by Karakadren on the way. Did I ever state whether he distinguishes between harpies? What? Okay, hold up. That is a whole sentence. Did Loremaster Sotek ever officially state whether he distinguished between the harpies with marks of chaos and unaligned harpies when discussing if they were fuckable? You know, I didn't. I didn't get quite that specific in the Monster Fucker stream. Now that you mention it, I didn't go quite that far down. Best novel from Age of Sigmar you've read? I mean, because of the amount of nostalgia bait that was in it, I would say that Realm Slayer and Realm Slayer and Blood of the Old World, which are not one book, but in my brain I kind of think of them as one book. Those were kind of like absolute peak for me. Like, those books genuinely made me cry multiple times. My favorite standalone book would be Lady Olinder's book. Ooh, I'm trying to remember what it's called. Oh my gosh, I know it's up on my bookshelf. Is it called Mortarch of Grief? Or... I'm struggling to remember the name of it. What the fuck is the name of that book? Lady of Sorrows. Thank you. Thank you, Lady of Sorrows. Yeah, Lady of Sorrows was spectacular. I absolutely adored it. Hawk, could we get some kind of like an image in like the background? Somehow, some way? It's just, it's a little, it's just a little bland, you know? I feel like it needs a little, feel like it needs a little spice. Like, we need like a wide picture of halflings, or like a picture of Lumpenkroups fighting cocks or something. People need more cocks in their life. People love big cocks. The bigger the better. John the King, when the Chaos Gods take to the battlefields, what weapons do you think they would use? So generally speaking, they don't. The only one of the Dark Gods, well, okay. Khorne fights often, and we know Khorne's weapon. Khorne wields a big old sword. Khorne has a giant sword that's called, like, I think it's called Worldbreaker, or, he uses it in the end times, but, Khorne has an established weapon that he wields, and it's this big old fuck you sword. Nurgle, I don't believe we have any stories that involve him going onto the battlefield and actively, like, attacking anyone, using any sort of, like, notable weapon. Slaanesh has a blade. We know that because of Sliver Slash, where the weapon of Sigvald is very famously like a shard of Slaanesh's own weapon. Like, it's literally just like a teeny tiny little sliver, which is why it's called Sliver Slash. Yeah, Slaanesh has at least one of Slaanesh's weapons is some kind of big old little, it's like a big rapier type thing. Tzeentch, I would be shocked if Tzeentch had like a weapon. Tzeentch more than likely is just pure spell slinging. I would be genuinely like, he might have a staff, but that would surprise me. Oh good, the Norskins are showing up. I want to burn Katakadrin, but these dwarfs are being very stubborn. I imagine that Slash has 4 arms when fighting. Maybe? Yeah, I mean, you'd think so. That's likely. I mean, there is official artwork that depicts Slanesh, and the artwork, Slanesh is wielding 4 weapons, or has 4 arms, and 2 of them are like big crab claws. Like, he basically just looks like a giant keeper of secrets made of stars. And he's all like crazy and fucking bonkers looking. So I would say that does seem like a likely suggestion. I thought my outpost was lost, and here it's telling me no, it's all good.
Never vanquished.
No one wants to be military ally friends with me.
Malagor.
Do I have any allied recruitment options that are flyers? Because I'm allowed to recruit flyers. Oh baby. Yes, I can get a Chaos Frost Dragon. Yo, I want a Chaos Frost Dragon. I can get like 2 of them. Okay. Let's drop a Chimera, I guess, and we'll drop a Brayton. And we'll take us 2 Chaos Frost Dragons, because fuck yeah. Have any old Lisbon characters appeared in AOS besides Lord Crow? Yes! Nakai has been cited. Nakai the Wanderer has been cited within Age of Sigmar. He officially made his first cameo appearance in 3rd edition, which is last edition. Which is pretty hype, and I desperately hope that we will see him get a playable miniature for the first time ever. Because while Nakai has existed since 5th edition, he's never been playable. Did Egrin von Horseman talk to Tzeentch face to face, or just some avatar? I'd have to reread the story, but I believe he talks to Tzeentch the god in a. Yeah, okay. You have to keep in mind that the Warhammer gods are not, especially in fantasy, they are simultaneously entities that you can have a conversation with, while also being incomprehensible, absolutely batshit crazy concepts that would be impossible to have a conversation with.
It has been some
like they're
time
both.
Since
Which I know is contradictory, because it is, but that's the truth of the matter. I know that's dumb, but that's like the general gist of it. So did Egrin von Horseman talk to Tzeentch, or an avatar of Tzeentch? Yes, would be the answer. Oh, Ripperdactyls. Oh, okay. So, talking about Ripperdactyls, briefly. The funniest thing about Ripperdactyls is that the skinks that utilize them basically use weaponized hate crimes. They take the concept of a dinosaur, which Ripperdactyls, for those that are not aware of their physiology, are quite literally giant car-sized piranhas that have extreme emotionally destabilized issues. Like, they are piranhas that are so coked up on steroids and all of your favorite, like, versions of meth, that they are just pure rage that also want to just devour everything they get in front of them. And the way the skinks utilize them is that because they're such angry assholes, it is pretty hard to control them, and a lot of skinks that try to ride them tend to get killed. But they do have a cool little hat trick that they can do, which is that they will unironically weaponize the what you could almost think of as the speciesism of the Ripperdactyls to destroy their enemies, because Ripperdactyls hate a species of frogs or toads which are called bloat toads, and bloat toads are these fat little toads that have a very distinct smell. And the reason the Ripperdactyls hate them so much is that bloat toads are they're egg hunting predators, so they're almost like a scavenge predator, that they specialize in getting into the nets of other creatures, notably Ripperdactyls, and eating their eggs. So Ripperdactyls have evolved to go absolutely fucking berserk if they smell a bloat toad, which have a very strong, distinct odor that the Ripperdactyls can pick up. So what skinks will do when they're going into battle is they basically will get a bloat toad and they'll just like go into the enemy's camp and sneak it into some units like backpack or among their various supplies or whatever it is they're doing. And by doing so, they cause the Ripperdactyls, when the Ripperdactyls get close to that enemy unit, to basically smell like its ultimate evolutionary genetic rival, and it goes absolutely fucking bonkers and will do everything in its power to kill anything that even remotely smells like the toad. Like they're just pure hate. It's a deeply professional level of hatred, one that only most people could aspire to. Unless you're that one guy who did the diss track at the Super Bowl last year. Whatever that dude's name was. Yeah, it's not even on site, it's on scent. Kendrick Lamar, yeah, that guy. Okay, let's see if I can kill these dwarves here. I gotta try and catch them out in an ambush. Just get them to come out of their hold. Come on, let me get you. It'll be fun. Oh, stupid dwarfs are no fun. I'm trying to hide until I can convince him to, like, go out and fight. I like the dialogue the various demons have with each other in Total War Diplomacy. Yeah, a lot of the diplomacy lines are really fun. Ah, Spartan is fine. I'm sure the editor, I'm sure Fokendo can deal with it. And y'all actually don't need to worry about... Well, no, never mind. I'm not going to say that. Never mind. Ignore what I was going to say. Trying to ambush dwarves in an encampment stance is a power move? Yeah. But I'm only allowed to have one army due to the challenge, and I don't want to just sit here forever. It's not impossible. Like, it is doable to catch them. It's just very difficult. Oh, wait, this guy's not in a stance. He's just standing there. Like a dingus. Hey, that's what I like to see. Hop. Tee-hee! Okay. Okay, then we'll retreat a little bit. Does the Corn Army have any flyers I can use? Oh, Bloodthirster! I want Bloodthirsters! Oh, I would love to have some Bloodthirsters. Oh, I want those so bad. I want those so bad! Is there any named Fishman character city or anything in the lore? No. They are literally only known as Fishmen. And that's lowercase. That's not what, like, their race would be called. I like to call them either the Deep Ones, or I also sometimes call them the... What was the other one? Deep Ones. Well, there was another term we had for them. Chasm Dwellers, that's right. Yeah, I like calling them the Chasm Dwellers. That's a fun one. Fish people. I mean, for all we know, they could all be men, but I'm also using men in the not the gendered term, but the other way. Why not call them swimmers? I will admit that is a little bit less threatening. Feel like Bloodthirsters aren't too good against the dwarf artillery line? You think we're building this army to be good? What are you, new here? God, it takes me so long to heal. Yeah, I should be able to pop the recruiting army.
Malagor.
You better run, you old shit. Wow, I'm surprised I unlocked a new trait doing that. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get into that mountain. It's only a matter of time. I'm coming in there. Spartan, I would say let's keep those to like, let's do like one of those like maybe every 30 minutes. I don't want to like have to worry about dealing with a ton of those. Why aren't we allowed another army? Because this is a challenge campaign. So challenge campaigns are campaigns that I do that have like certain restrictions, and then we have to try and accomplish a certain goal within those restrictions. So this one was that we play Malagor and we're only allowed to use flying units. And we're only allowed to have one army. So we only get Malagor's army. Every unit in the army has to be flyers except for the starting Minotaur hero. So it's fairly restrictive. And we have to be very careful about how we do things. And then our goal is to get a long campaign victory and to blow up the racial capitals of a bunch of different factions. But we're actually really close to being done. You can see here that we're only... I forget what I have to mouse over to see this. Oh, so this part. We are 56 ruination points away from the final tier. And then that'll give us the ending quest battle, which is to do the Fall of Man. And then after the Fall of Man quest battle, all we have to do is destroy Weijin, which is the racial capital of Grand Cathay, and we're done. Oh, Spartan, yeah. Yeah, an AOS one's fine. I'm happy to talk about AOS stuff. I missed all y'all's how you're doing earlier. Let me scroll back up to those. Recovering from the flu? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Thormac. I'm glad you're starting to feel better. Got a headache earlier, but better now. That's good. What are my thoughts on the new Daughter of Cain models? They're really, really good. I love the new Daughter of Cain models because they're taking the Daughters of Cain in a very different direction. Like, it's a very unique new expression on the Daughters of Cain. And I personally really appreciate that. Are they in range? Yes, they are. Okay. So I do need to snipe these dorks. Haha! Fuck your city! There we go! Kalakadrin got popped! Sucks to suck, nerds! Alright, time to head east. Quick stream about the new models blog. Yeah, we could probably, yeah, I could probably do a little thing about that. I don't know if that would make for, I could probably make like a quick video about that. What are the chances of an End Times remake in the future? I wouldn't say they're impossible. I would say there is a decent odds. Yeah, I'd say there's decent odds that Games Workshop will do something a little different with the End Times. The number one thing I would say is going to happen, the one thing I will say is that I have zero doubt that the End Times will always be a thing, and it will always be the ultimate destiny of the old world to fall to chaos. Like I think no matter what, the End Times happens and the Warhammer world is destroyed. Now, what I could see happening would be the idea that Games Workshop might revisit the End Times and alter the story, and they've already done it, right? They've already started doing it. But I think what we're really asking is there any chance that Games Workshop will like re-examine the End Times from the point of like writing a book series, for instance? Like, will they write a new set of novels that cover the End Times and tell us what happened, and like clean it up, like go back, revisit it, and clean up the story? Is that possible? Yeah, I'd say that's possible. I don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon. But it's super possible. Yeah, it just kind of depends. I think it ultimately just kind of comes down to, is that an era GW wants to keep applying attention to? Which currently, the only reason they really have to talk about the End Times is because of Total War. To be very blunt. None of the old world books, I think, are ever gonna really say anything or comment on the End Times, because the End Times isn't about the old world, and they're not, they're not really related in any meaningful sense.
Peace is not why I have made this accommodation.
Is there a dwarf over here you want me to punch the fuck out of? Yes, there is. So it's not something that I expect to see really delved into, so to speak. I think you'll probably get a updated story chunk once in a blue moon, thanks to Total War Warhammer. And then you'll get some other updated story chunks thanks to Age of Sigmar. And if there was enough new content added, the Games Workshop felt that there was a financially beneficial reason to re-examine the story of the end times, then I think they would do it. However, I would say that it would take something kind of crazy to pull that off, I think. I don't think that's something GW would be particularly amazed or interested in doing, unless, like, the honest to goodness, in my opinion, the only big reason I could see come up where I could see them be like, oh, you know what, we really do need to go back and readdress the story, and we need to talk about these things. We need to figure out what we want to do about this. The only way I could see them really doing that would be if Total War Warhammer gets the approval to add a brand new race in, or a new faction like End. I think if End or Koresh or Nippon, I think if any of those guys got added as a brand new faction to Total War, that would be a big enough deal that I think Games Workshop would go, you know what? All right, let's do this. But it would have to be that level of an event, I think, to get them to publish any kind of story. And even that feels like a huge maybe. I don't think they're ever going to return to the era of Karl Franz as like a standalone tabletop game. I don't think that is their objective. I don't think that's a realistic mission for them. But what I could see would maybe be the idea of them saying, you know what, let's maybe release like a special series that just talks about the end times. And just gets into retelling that story in a new way that makes us happy. That maybe is its own little unique gimmick kind of thing. But I have a really hard time seeing them doing that, to be honest. It's not impossible. It's not impossible by any stretch of the imagination. It's just I just have a hard time seeing GW returning there without there being some massive push for it. I feel like the end times will just kind of always be that awkward thing that GW has made critical to several settings, but they don't like to talk about it. Let's go ahead and perform that ritual. Good. All right, we'll leave that there to cause a mess, and I am going to head east. I think I have enough points to get me a Bloodthirster. No! I could have sworn it was 36. Now it's 56. Bummer.
Take care not to impress.
Soon, my child. Soon. You're both all blinged out, right? Yeah. You got Death Singer. Oh, I could give you, what's the, Wormslayer Sword? Do I want that on Malagor? Let's see. It would lower his melee defense by 20, which is very spooky. But it would give him bonus defense against large. Or charge defense against large. No, I think I'm going to pass on that. I think I prefer him as... Oh, I forgot. He has like 1 billion armor. I forgot I gave him that. It's so funny. You know what? Let's combine a bunch of stuff. See if I can get some more purple items. Because I'm very restricted in how many characters I'm allowed to have. So like I might as well try to get something unique here. Icons. What are you carrying? Horn the First Beast. Okay. Scrap. Oh, scrap's lame. Oh, I made valuable scrap. Oh, if you combine enough good scrap, you're always guaranteed a purple item. Hot damn. All right. Don't have to tell me twice. I was not familiar with your game there. I don't think I'm gonna have enough for... Oh, no, I will have enough. Barely. Oh, we got Doomsinger! We got fucking Doomsinger! Let's fucking go! Oh my god! We got Doomsinger and Deathsinger. Let's fucking go! Oh, baby. Oh, baby! Oh, we got Trollhide. That could actually be really good on Malagor if I don't care about his speed as much. I'm really tempted to switch the items he has. Trollhide would give him regen. Because I don't... No, he has regen. Never mind. Oh, right, because he's got Doomsinger now. Haha. Forgot about that. Okay. I'm so pleased with myself right now. Yeah, combine these. Do I have one more blue weapon? I do! The scintillating shield. Oh, 1,000 barrier hit points. That is not bad. So yeah, cursed armor is... Cursed armor is really fucking good on him, though. I think I'd rather have the Armor of Destiny than the scintillating shield. Okay, that's fine. Cool. I just made like 1 billion items. Have we been able to do that the whole time? I literally just learned that was a thing. Like, I shit you not, I had no idea valuable scrap existed as a concept until this very moment in time. That is complete news to me. I've never seen that before this moment. So for me, that's news. Very exciting news, but news. Yeah, you can combine 2 pieces of scrap to make valuable scrap. And then if you combine 2 pieces of valuable scrap, it's a guaranteed purple item. That is complete news to me. I did not know that was a mechanic in this game. Scrap is actually, like, goated now? Like, what? Nadikare? Suddenly, having lots of items makes me even happier? Hey Hugh, what's up? Yeah, I might make a video about that, or a short. I might make a short about that, because Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna put a marker down. Because I didn't know that was a thing. And I would have loved to have known that was a thing.
Yes?
You are at war with the Empire, so I'm gonna come join this party. Just want to make sure I get caught out by Empire goons. Make it serious like the Horus Heresy? I would love that. That's what that's what they should have done. Like, the end time should have been treated like the Horus Heresy. It should have been as long. Like, the end time should have been at least 10 novels, to put it very bluntly. It should have been at least 10 novels. And even that, I feel like, wouldn't have been enough time. How many hours do I have across the trilogy? I don't know. Hawk might be able to check that. I think he has access to my Steam page. I genuinely have no fucking idea. Let's see, let's put a Hearthstone up in this business. Can I get that Bloodthirster now? Yes, I can! Oh, it is 36 here for some reason. Alright, whatever. Oh, maybe because this is like friendlier terrain to me. I guess. Maybe in the mountains it costs me more.
Malagor.
Yo, we're getting a fucking demon. Let's go. We'll take another heartbeat unit for now, 'cause it's gonna be a while before I can afford another one.
If you are wise, history may remember you as the one I did not.
Yeah. Keep your rambling to yourself, old man. I wish I could make defensive alliance with, like, a different demon.
Let me count the ways.
Why are you such a bitch? Oh, because I haven't formed, like, any treaties with you.
It is good.
I guess we'll start bribing Epidemius to like me, so I can maybe get a unit of plague drones at some point. I mean, I'd rather get, like, a greater demon of Tzeentch, but the fucking Changeling is a shitty ally, because you can't recruit units from him. Oh, okay, 6 stone. Hugh, yeah, I'm doing pretty okay. Who would be the nicest, safest demon to summon? None of them? That's like asking what's the nicest and safest version of stage 4 cancer to give myself. Like, the answer is none. I mean, you're more likely to survive an encounter. I mean, your best bet would be to deal with a demon that is small, like extremely small, and whose motivations and like how it operates is more likely to take time. So for instance, you would want to probably focus more on like a muse. A muse would probably be the best demon if you had to meet a demon. Muses are they're a type of they're a classification of demon known as imp demons. Imp demons are like itty bitty, like most of them are like maybe this big. Like they're smaller than nurglings. Like nurglings are a bigger class of demon than imps. And each of the dark gods has their own type of imp. So the imp classification of Slaanesh demon are called muses, M-U-S-E, and they are basically these itty bitty little demons that often look like really sexy ladies or little weird fairies or very bizarre insectoid type creatures, but they will try to prey on your desires, your your desire. Like there's a Warhammer Fantasy roleplay thing about a lady who has a muse, and the general gist of the story is that she is an elderly woman who is obsessed with beauty, and you know, she's getting older, so her beauty is fading, and instead of accepting it gracefully or trying to find some other way to deal with it or whatever, she acquires a muse that she keeps in a little lockbox, or like a little just little thing you'd keep like jewelry in, and it helps her maintain her youth. I think it creates like I want to say it like secretes some kind of like nectar or something that she's able to like rub on her face, and it makes her look younger. But the twist is that it's addictive, and it gets less effective every time she uses it. And the little muse keeps making her do like really terrible shit in order to get more. Wait, what happened? Oh, that's fine. I don't care. This is a good opportunity for us to get all the points we're missing. So I think I only need like 10 or 12 more points? Maybe 20? I might need like 20 points. Do they sing? Muses? Yeah, they can. Yeah, but all of them would be a terrible choice. To be very blunt. There is no good choice. Step 1, get a glass jar. Step 2, acquire a muse. Step 3, question? Step 3 would probably be like commit horrific acts of suffering and torture, and then step 4 would be profit, and then step 5 would be die horribly as the ramification of your actions catch up with you. What? Oh, I'm at 490. Shit. Oh well. Oh well. Oh, Hawk. Hawk, for the thumbnail, I feel like that's not bad. I think we need like the image. We need something that's more colorful though. Like maybe like an actual painted image of like Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 4th edition halflings. Like we need something that pops a bit. Like that the yellow art kind of blends in a little too much, I feel like, with the title color. If that makes sense. Close though. We're on the right track. I apologize for being picky. See, do I know where Gelt is? I will if I go here. Where is he? He's up in the mountains. Okay. Guess I can start making my way there. I'm just gonna be careful moving past dwarf territory. Yeah, Hawk, I would literally look up like Wolfrup 4th edition halfling art. Bingerable? Oh yeah, we burned down the Oak of Ages. Now we had to burn it down and get the hell out of there, because this is a challenge campaign. I'm only allowed to have a single army, so we kind of hit it and quit it. But, you know, it was a very effective drive-by via bird. Okay, I think we'll see if we can pop north through Zarnagrand. Okay. I think we're okay. If he attacks us, that'll be bold. If he doesn't attack me, though, I might take Zarnagrand just for funsies. One army Beastmen? Yes, it is. It's a challenge campaign, so we're only allowed to use flying units, and we're only allowed to have the singular army. So we have to play very carefully. Oh, dude, I'm about to crack Zarnagrand open. Like, it's got the juiciest, wettest insides, and I'm gonna get my cow tongue all up in there. About to roast me some bull nuts. They don't have any more armies? That's it? That's all there is? You're mine, bitch! Fuck the industry capital of the Chaos Dwarves. Nice, we got the Wasteland of Hashit. Excellent. Sucks to suck! And by performing this ritual, hooray! We did it! We have maximized the Ritual of Ruin, finally. It took 10,000 years, but it's done. Okay, so I don't need any more herd stones. Wait, that's not what I wanted.
Deceive.
You're such a bitch. There you go, have more money. I would like to be friends with the Legion of Alsgor, but that's gonna take time, but I don't have. Alright, hopefully Grand Cathay doesn't attack me and I can sneak into the mountains. Have I lost the army yet? I think our army died once, but we had a herd stone, so we were able to survive and rebuild. Alright, as long as Cathay doesn't, like, try and shove a crane gunner where it don't belong, I think we're golden and we can sneak past here. And then we're off to Wei Jin. Hell yeah. I love there being no consequences to my actions. That makes me very happy. I'm out of money. Oh, I'm Poe! Okay, so we're gonna sneak out. I think we will take it easy, though, this first turn. Spend a little bit longer healing before we skedaddle. On that note, how absurd of it is an idea to summon a demon to send at someone for murder or whatnot? Is it just not a realistic thing to try? It's a realistic thing to try, but it is exceptionally dangerous. Demons don't like being told what to do. They are very bratty. Demons are exceptionally arrogant, angry, pissy little fuckers. And they do not, under any circumstances, enjoy being ordered around or commanded. They very much like being left to their own devices and being able to wreak havoc on the mortal world to their pleasure. So summoning a demon and ordering it to kill someone can work, hypothetically, but it is fraught with risk. Because demons are just, they can get really moody at the best of times. There we go. Hey, Yay! Balthazar Gelt died to us, which, nice. Malagor defeating Gelt. Very good, very good. That's a nice little lore thing for you. Even though we didn't, Malagor actually didn't get to fight Gelt in the own times, being able to cast him down is very appropriate for the Dark Omen. And plus, that's 6 armor for everyone in our army is delicious. And that also gave us a ton of points with our Corn friends who wanted us to kill Gelt, which is very understandable because Gelt was actually a very obnoxious big bad for the Beastmen in the end times, or for Corn in the end times. Gelt like shit on Corn so hard in the end times, which was very funny. Oh, is he declaring war on me? Oh no, he wants a bribe. Okay, sure, yeah, I'll bribe you to leave me alone for the moment. Money means nothing to me. Theoretically, would a Chaos God be born for the hatred of the Chaos Gods? Like if Sigmar or someone else, let's say, hated them so much and caused a culture group to hate, they ascend. So that concept sort of already exists within the universe. Though it hasn't been talked about in a really... Well, okay, there's 2 entities that are tied into that. Well, 3 entities, allegedly. If you go to... Andy and I did a stream where we did, like, a tier list... I think it was the tier list stream? Where we did the Chaos Gods tier list. And we talked about a lot of different stuff. And one of the things that we discussed was the concept of the classic Chaos God that hates chaos, which the original one was Malal. Malal was the Chaos God that hated all the other Chaos Gods. Like that was his thing, is he was the Chaos God that hated chaos. Malal though ended up being kind of retconned out of, not retconned, but Games Workshop didn't have the rights to the name, like didn't have the rights to the character. So they basically had to put him into forced retirement and stop using the character because they didn't legally own him. So he ends up kind of getting replaced by Be'lakor, like function. Where Be'lakor is sort of like the big bad chaos character that constantly screws over the rest of chaos. But there is... Ooh. I mean, I'm gonna pop these guys, yeah, but there's a lot of baddies behind them.
I will not obey.
I mean, he's in March stance. I could pop him too. Yes. All you goofballs sitting in March stance thinking I'm not gonna run over there and just slap those unprotected cheeks. Fools! The lots of you. I need one more turn to get my Bloodthirster. Come on, baby, I want that second Bloodthirster. That being said, if you go watch that stream, me and Andy talk a lot about Nikoho and Zuvacin. Which I want to say Nikoho, if memory serves, Nikoho is basically like the god of atheism, almost. He's a god of unbelief. So he stands very, very opposed to chaos powers. Zuvacin, if memory serves, is a god of destruction. Like Zuvacin's a little bit more of like a I don't give a fuck, I'm punching everybody in the face. But if you're looking for a genuine, like, could an entity exist that super fucking hates chaos, that grows powerful enough or worshipped enough or some other shenanigan happens that they ascend to godhood? Yes, that could happen. It probably wouldn't look like that per se, but something akin to that could definitely take place. Hopefully that answers your question. How much money get Andy to play Gelt in Total War Warhammer 3? That's up to Andy. So the next time Andy streams, probably over on Lorebeards. Feel free to pop in and ask him. I cannot force him to do that. I can force me to do things. Well, okay, I can force Andy to do some things, but I'm not gonna try and force commit Andy to a video game stream. That would be that's beyond my power. Does Bellicor count as a Chaos God? Yes. The general answer would be yes. You have to remember that the term God is very nebulous. Now, if you're asking, is Bellicor as strong as the 4 Chaos Gods? The answer would be now? No. During the Cataclysm? Debatable. He was said to be so powerful that he was, like, Bellicor ruled over a great empire. He had a massive empire of mostly human worshippers that also, there was likely a lot of Famir involved as well. And there were also tons of demons and demon princes that served under him. And Bellicor is very, very gifted at usurping control of demons from other Chaos Gods. So he's definitely in the god rank. Like, you could call Bellicor a god. That's accurate. Now, is he a full-on, oh, he's as powerful as the Big Four? No. No. He's lost way too much of his power. So that is not his current role. But I would say that during the height of the Cataclysm, he was a god. I think he was very much the god of shadows. What are 5 things about the Iden of Deepkin you'd be interested in doing a lore short about? First one would probably be the Ether Sea. Second one would be the nature of their beast binding. Third one would be the Namarti. Fourth one would be High King Volturnos. And fifth one would be why the Ideneth live where they do. The Gumbo, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Is Bellicor stronger than Hashut? Now, probably not. Back then, probably. Wasn't Bellicor an elf? That is an argument. There are many. Me and Andy have chatted about it on Lorebeards because Bellicor's come up very, very heavily in several streams. But so if you want, I would recommend go watch the Mordheim stream, the Morsalib stream, the Chaos God tier list stream, and I think that's all the big ones that involve him. Oh, and the Albion stream, the Albion Crisis stream. In all of those streams, we talk a shitload about Bellicor. If that's of, oh my good sweet baby Jesus Christ.
I see wisdom eludes you.
Well, I might be about to die. That is so many Steam tanks. Dear God. But this is why you never move in underway stance, people. But oh God, I really hope I can just run away. I don't want to fight all that. No, leave me alone. Fuck me. All right, buckle up, buttercups. We're going in. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steam tanks, 2 Marienburg land chips, a gajillion Hockland long rifles. Oh, okay. We got two nice little corridors here. I mean, if we could just catch him as he's coming in, I think we could just obliterate him through overwhelming raw power and magic. What was I talking about? Oh, but in those streams, one of the big things we discussed is that, Andy is very much a fan of the theory that Bellicor was probably an elf. I would say that there is reasonable evidence to suggest that him being an elf would make sense. Bellicor's name, like just his literal name, which is, granted, it's not the name he had when he was mortal. That was a different name, but the name Bellicor is incredibly elven. But you could argue that that's just what Bellicor's known by, and that's not his true name. So maybe the elves were like the first ones that named him. That could be an argument. But it's ultimately viewer's choice. I would say, in Games Workshop's opinion, he's probably human. But Games Workshop has always been very big on the whole, like, when you're talking about Bellicor, if you ever read his lore, it's always very like, oh, it's unknown, like, what species he emerged from. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna hit him with one of these.
I might never ever show up in chat, but boy howdy is this monthly expense I'm okay with.
Hey, Autocraft! Well, that's like the sweetest thing. It's so kind of you to say. Thank you. Evasive action, evasive action, evasive action. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and land this bitch. Have him start healing. Get in there, boys! Get in there, boys! I gotta, like, get everyone into proper positions here. Frost breath these assholes. Praetons, go after the cavalry. Take one of the bloodthirsters with you. This bloodthirster, why don't you go after the steam tank? Chimeras, open fire. Manticores, go get into the back line. Chimera, open fire. Chimera, get over here. Chaos Frost Dragon, let's melt these knights. Chimera, get into the back line. Okay, I basically have infinite magic. And I also have a virtually unkillable Gorbel. I just have to be careful. Oh, we do want to get Malagor down into the fighting so that he's draining everyone. Oh wait, no. Breathe fire. You. Breathe ice. Bloodthirster. Go after those Knights of the Black Rose. You. Do that thing where you reflect damage at people. You. Delete all of their ammo. I don't want to see a single man with any ammo. Okay, Malagor is unleashing hell sandwiches over here. Bloodthirster is doing a really good job. Gorbel, keep pushing forward. Oh yeah, you have Vile Tides. Let's do it over here, that's fine. Dive into this mess. Where is my hunter? Get your ass over here. Get back up in the air. Go for those demigriffs. I'm gonna go fly over and join this big ass mess. More crows. Praeton, go chase down those cavalry. Fight cavalry. Go ahead and do damage reflection. Damage reflection, yeah, that's fine. Okay, that's all looking fine. Chaos Dragon, come land on these dudes. You go over, join this fight. How we doing over here? Y'all stay on those knights. Malagor, let's come join the fray. Where is my Gorbel? Okay, he's over here. Gorbel, I need you to get on that steam tank. More Vile Tides, please. We need more of this action. Okay, that's all looking good. They're all doing okay. Oh, you're chasing people off still? Yeah, that's actually fine with me. Actually, you know what? No, fuck them. Get over here. Bloodthirster, kill them. Okay, so far so good. I'm gonna go ahead and have this Bloodthirster start pulling out if I can. He's getting a little shot up. I'm gonna use this over here to drain away more ammo. Bloodthirster, you have my permission to GTFO. You breathe fire into this mess. You... Oh, I can't retreat! Fuck! This way. Yeah, just fly away. Cockatrice. Make those guys start moving. You can fly away the fuck over here. Chaos Dragon, why don't you retreat? You guys get your ass over here and start shutting down this stuff. I mean, Malagor and the fucking Gorbel are wrecking shop. Like they're eating. Get on that land ship. Just looking for pockets of halberdiers at this point. Manticore, you can retreat. You go get on these guys. You go after these guys. Actually, don't chase them. Fuck that. Just shoot them. Oh, Manticore, get out of here. Okay, that's army losses. Hell yeah! We just gotta take out all the unbreakable bullshit. Got that land ship. Got that tank. Should be able to start popping them with various debuffs. Also hit them with this. Get rid of their ammo. No more ammo for you. Chop them up! Chop them up! Can't beat the bird mash, boy! Just get rid of his melee defense. We have victory! Malagor, I'm pretty sure Malagor and the Gorbel could solo just about everything on the battlefield. Like, I think the two of them could wipe out everything by themselves. You have a good one, dude, and have a... Oh, it's gonna be your birthday. That's awesome. Oh, okay, that's fun. Yeah, that's wonder if we should switch Actually, yeah, that works fine. That works fine. Yeah, whatever, that's fine. Just die. Leave me alone. Get owned, Gout! Why are steam tanks unbreakable? The general gist of it is that the steam tank itself is just a machine. It doesn't have emotions, so it doesn't suffer from leadership stuff. But also, the men inside it, genuinely believe they are invincible. Because they're in one of, like, these great sacred relics of, the Empire. But I think the main concept behind it was like, oh, well, a steam tank is a tank, and tanks don't have feelings. So, the end. Like, I genuinely think that was the level of thought that was put into it. Okay, Wintertooth I have enough allegiance points with. We can just get a new Chaos Dragon. That's not a big deal. And then we also lost 2 Manticores. So I'm going to get 1 Manticore, and I think I'll get 1 Harpy. Because I do like having a unit of Harpies. Because they make for an excellent chase unit. Alright. To the Great Bastion! You actually won that? Oh yeah, I have overwhelming force. Overwhelming force. My army's just not very good at chasing stuff down. Octocraft, also, I didn't thank you for the 50... Oh, it's tier 2 as well. Jesus, thank you so much. It's very generous, Octocraft. Thank you, sweet bean. Thank you for the 51 months. Hot damn. Let's do when 1 falls, speed up our healing, so we're not going to be moving for a couple of turns. And then we're off to the Great Bastion. We'll smash through the Bastion, and that will take us to Weijin, which is our last stop on this tour. So let's say Godslayer or some other demon like absorbed a god. Do they become a god, or does that stuff just go to their patron deity? So, technically both. That level of metaphysics isn't very well explored. It would basically be up to that particular writer, because there isn't like a well-established answer to that question. All right, let's go do our quest battle. The Fall of Man. Go kick the shit out of Lewin Laneker and the Emperor. When the Lorebeards episode dropped and Andy mentioned Malagor might be the reason Sigmar hates magic, that really helped me understand who we're dealing with. Yeah, it's very true. It's very possible. Man, I don't care if you're what you're the emperor of. If you see all this shit coming at you, you might as well just give up. What's the point of even fighting? What can one man do against such reckless hate? You know what the answer is? Abso-fucking-lutely nothing. That's what. Oh, I'm so happy we actually got some greater demons in the army. It really makes Malagor feel like the big threat he is. It performed some like big demon summoning ritual. And got some of these big fuckers out here. Harpies, protect Malagor. Go forth, my children! We start with the Bretonnians! Forward! Alright, and I'm gonna pop the Empire with one of these to delete a bunch of their ammo. Could Nagash eat one of the 4 Chaos Gods? Nagash probably. He wouldn't be able to do it like at the drop of a hat. It's something I think he would have to do a massive ritual to build up to, but I do think he could do it. Go deal with whatever that is. Chimeras! Bathe them in fire! Get stuck in, lads! Yeah, let's shut down all these war machines. Oh, Karl Franz is bullying people. Rude. Gorbel! Go kill the Emperor. I want to show him how not strong that silly little hammer of his is. Where's the king? Oh, he's back there. Okay, King Lowen is dead. Excellent. He didn't get away. Karl Franz is having a not a great time. He beat the shit out of one of my mana cores, but it's fine. Kill the Emperor! I got some Pegasus asshole coming in. Intercept those Pegasus Knights! Oh, wait, no. God damn it, misclicking like a bitch. Man, Bloodthirster's getting shit done. Okay, I'm just Paladin. Endless birds! More birds!
I will. The Skull Taker's decree. Good shutdown.
Alright, that's the end of that. I think. No? Nope, they're still coming at me.
Malagor. Akash.
The gods have abandoned us!
It's torch of all.
We're just gonna break these last few Pegasus Knights. Here, have a Duke of Darkness, and how about you don't come back? There we go. Nice bird. There we go. There's the big finale quest battle done. Excellent. Is there lore beers tomorrow? Yes. Me and Ross Watson are going to be doing an episode on halflings, where we're just going to chat about halflings for 3 hours. Should be a pretty good time, I'd say.
Malagor, dar arbu.
What do I need for my long victory? Oh, it's domination. Oh shit! I forgot I was supposed to finish off Reichland and Wizenland. God damn it! That's what I was doing. That's why I was heading south. I was going to finish those factions off. God, fuck me! Oh, that just added so many more turns to this campaign. That's really frustrating. Okay, whatever. Alright, we'll go pop Weijin and then we'll haul ass back over to the Empire. Oh, that's gonna suck. This is gonna be such a long walk. Oh well. That means y'all just get to have my attention for longer. I know it brings you joy. Also, who do you think is the strongest Skaven legendary lord? Lore-wise, all of them have their main ally in a big even field. What team survives? I mean, it's so circumstantial. More than likely, whenever you have a scenario that involves Gracier Thankful, you have to kind of think of him almost as like a big cockroach, in that he is a character that canonically can survive virtually anything. I mean, he literally survived the apocalypse. Like, the world went kaboom and everyone died and all of reality was ripped asunder, and he survived it. Like, he got thrown into hell, he got thrown into God jail by the Great Horned Rat and managed to gnaw his way out of it. Like, he is a difficult to wipe out little shit. I would say Thankful and Bone Ripper wouldn't necessarily win in the sense that they're like the most powerful per se, but I do think that they would win in the sense that they would be the like the last standing survivors. Can you skirt like Tzeentch? Tzeentch would die so fast. Tzeentch would die ridiculously fast. Like, Tzeentch might be able to pull off 1 or 2 cool moments, but he would get absolutely ass blasted to next century. Like, he's got his lucky helmet, which, like, alright, cool, neat, whatever. But that's all he's got going for him is his lucky helmet. Alright, I should be able to force my way through the snake gate without too many issues. Actually, I should probably check the other gates. Snake gate might not be the best entry point. It might be better to enter closer to Weijin so I don't have to move across a ton of territory. I really hope they rework the gate system to make it just a Miao Ying mechanic. Having it be like, oh, all of Grand Cathay factions care about the Great Bastion is so dumb to me. Like, I feel like if they would make it where the only person that actually cares about it is the character that owns it, being like Miao Ying at the start, it would just be way better. Okay, it looks like it's gonna be pretty much the same. So yeah, let's go in through the Turtle Gate. That way we're closer to the city and I don't have to like run through a bunch of Cathayan armies to get there. You're not at war with them, you should just walk through. Oh yeah, I might be able to do that, that's right. Still, I'm going to take the long way because I don't want to risk Cathay declaring war on me as I'm making my way through. Why does the Horned Rat favor him so much? Nobody knows. It could be argued that Thankful is one of the best representatives of Skavendom. Like, he's sort of a perfect personification of what it is to be a Skaven. And because of that, the Horned Rat loves him the most. Sometimes. It could be that the Horned Rat is just, like, deeply amused by Thankful's antics. Like, he just finds the shit that Thankful gets up to be extremely amusing. And because of that, he favors him. That could be the case. It's not really known why Thankful seems to bear his favor. He just does. Undeniably. Tzeentch is your favorite character. His quality makes me smile when I send him in and he wins a 1v1 against Emmerich on Manathnir. It is really funny to have, like, a super minor character in the grand scheme of things. Like, characters that debatably should not have been legendary lords, and have them, like, go up against some of the big heavy hitters of the setting and, like, kick the shit out of them. Like, I think anyone would agree that it's objectively hilarious when, like, Tic-Tac-Toe takes out Scarbrand somehow. Or, like, takes down Emmerich, or beats the Sisters of Twilight, or, you know, is, like, killing characters that are just way above his pay grade. Because it's like Tic-Tac-Toe, Tzeentch, Craventail. Trying to think of any other characters that are like Helman Gorst. Yeah, Albrecht de Bordelot, debatably. I mean, he's at least a duke. Like, he is like one of the top echelons of Bretonnia. Like, he's up there. Let's do... Yeah, we'll do 1-1 false.
Malagor. Malagor, use.
We're almost to the capital. How dare you flatten me? How dare you compress all of my wet meat and organs into such an adorable, marketable form? You little shits. Little shits! I mean, I am objectively cuter in this form. That is undeniable. But I can't say I'm feeling very kawaii at the moment. Ooh, excuse me. Makes me sad how back Tic-Tac-Toe. I mean, his campaign is really strong. Like, the double moving campaign movement, and also being able to just, like, be a flying terrorist faction that just fucking has the most obscene drop rock powers in the game. Like, he can just delete armies with mass flyers, and it's very silly to watch. The Lorebeard's plushie campaign, Sotek Vera, one of the Law Cats. Those we could get away with. I don't think we could do a little guy plushie, I'm gonna be honest. I think he's a little too lore accurate, so to speak. As much as I could call him a legally distinct lizard as much as I want. And there are arguments I could make as to how he's inspired by Warhammer designs, but he is not actually a Warhammer character. But little guy would be like, he feels like a lawsuit waiting to happen.
This is...
Yoink! Alright, we have taken Wei Jin.
Malagor.
We are probably going to own it for all of 10 seconds before the shit pops. No, okay, so all we have to do now to finish this campaign is we have to run all the way back to the Empire and finish off Reichland and the Westerland. Reichland and no. Wizenland, that's what I meant to say. Sticks and Stones, yeah, I'd want to, like, consult a legal person on that, though. Like, as much as I like to, like, poke at GW and, you know, give them shit, I don't, like, want to make, like, a dedicated enemy out of them, per se. You know what I mean? So, like, I don't want to, like, be like, oh, look at this totally not a lizard man. That is, like, close, but not exact. And then get, like, angry about it and, like, set that kind of precedent. I don't think that would be wise. Alright, we're getting the hell out of here. We have destroyed every racial capital that was part of the challenge. So now we just have to achieve a long campaign victory, which is just wiping out the last two little baby Empire factions. Luckily, Balthazar Gelt is not one of them, because killing him would take 1,000 years. Wait, did Reichland die? I didn't see them on the list. Off we go! And so falls the wage in Hearthstone. Yeah, and this will be good because this will finally free us up to do the oh wow, I'm back. My beautiful body. How lovely. All the places that I'm used to jiggling are back to jiggling. Wondering if I turn off the fast forward and we make it where we just leave it like this. I wonder if it might go faster now because of how few factions are left. Okay, we're gonna take the mountains. Well, why am I seeing this? I shouldn't be seeing this. I have everything turned off, and yet it's like, nope. Die? How about go fuck yourself? Casual 300 turn Beastmen campaign? Well, when you're only allowed to have one army, it takes substantially longer. But the good news is we will definitely be finishing this campaign, which means the next time we play Total War, we can start our Ogre Challenge campaign. That's, I don't even remember who challenged me to that. But we can start our Frost campaign. That one, I have to remind myself who issued that challenge. I know I've got it sitting in my DM somewhere. It's good to have one unit of harpies because they draw enemy fire. Good thing you don't have to go to Luster and Nagroth? Yeah. The ice one's pretty forgiving. If I remember right, I think we're allowed to have multiple armies. And I think it's like only a percentage of the army has to be ice themed, not all of it. I need to play Arbol at some point, but I really don't like Khorne much. I mean, Khorne's got a pretty good amount of flexibility now, ever since the most recent DLC. Or sorry, not the most recent, but the one before that. Like, Arbal's got a pretty flexible series of campaign choices. As far as, like, what kind of armies he could take, what kind of builds he has, stuff like that. Strategic Cerberus, what's up, man? How are you doing? Hope your day's going well. Can't wait for Tiger. Dude, I am so excited for Tigerman. That's such a big fucking deal for us as a community, like total like Warhammer fantasy community. The fact that Tigermen are gonna be real and playable, like, damn, dude, that's insane, genuinely insane. That Tigermen are gonna be actually part of Warhammer fantasy in an interactable sense. I never thought I'd see the day. I never thought I would see the day. If a Gracier kills a Slon Toad, will the Great Horn one give me a power boost? I don't know about power boost. I mean, if a Skaven successfully killed a Slon, that is an insanely fucking scary Skaven. That is like one of the most terrifying Skaven there is, if they have successfully managed to kill a Slon. Killing a Slon is very, very difficult to pull off. Yeah, I don't have any reason to fight that dude, so I'm just gonna keep going. I want them to do one of those mini packs for the Beastmen so bad. If they could just give us a Beastmen mini pack with, like, give me like Goros Warhoof Legendary Lord, Moonclaw Legendary Hero, and then like, oh, what units would I want? There's a part of me that wants a Hag Tree so bad. A Hag Tree would be so fucking sick. But like a giant spine Chaos Beast, that'd be fucking cool. Maybe like a, you know, give us like some kind of Nurgle and Slanesh themed unit for Mark Beastmen. So give us like a unit of like Beastmen Razorgore chariot, or Mark of Slanesh chariots. So maybe like Razorgore chariots of Slanesh, and then like, I don't know what I would do for Nurgles. Nurgle's the hard one, because I feel like a ranged Nurgle unit wouldn't be bad, but they also wouldn't be that interesting. Yeah, we need the Minotaurs of Khorne. Dude, I've been pissing at them about that forever. They're so slow to move on it. Okay, we'll jump across the mountains here. And pray we don't land in front of a giant enemy army. Nice. Crossing the mountains is going to be the most dangerous part. Because it's where we're going to be the most likely to run into, like, lots of enemies. Do y'all tell Sotuk about Seraphon rumors? No, I want to hear Seraphon rumors. What are the Seraphon rumors? I think the only one I saw was someone on Twitter messaged me, or like added me, and said that someone on one of the rumor sites claims that we're getting Quaddles, which would make me super fucking happy. But I am gonna be pretty butthurt if we get them with beaks. I do not want beaked Quaddles. That would make me very upset. I came up with this new invention, warp.coke. That sounds like a fucking gamer sups code. I'm gonna go snort 4 pounds shooting up warpstone to make the maelstrom look like a joke. I mean, I feel like your head's just gonna explode first, but you know, you do you. You do you, King. They did Croc Scores justice. That's true. They did do the Croc Scores justice. The Croc Scores turned out gorgeous. Warpacola? What is this, Fallout? I just want to get out of these mountains. I still can't believe. I will never understand how CA put, like, designed the Lizardmen as weirdly as they did. Like, they're not terrible designs. Like, you know, it's not like it's the worst thing in the world. But I do find it very, very strange they ended up with the designs they did. Like, it just felt like for Warhammer 2, whoever was in charge of checking the Lizardman stuff for Creative Assembly just didn't give a shit about Lizardmen. Like, just did not care at all in the slightest. Telling you, Mads map. Mads map would be more likely to get me fucking killed than anything. If I accidentally teleport a province that I didn't mean to, that could end very poorly for me. If Sotek got a Gamer Subs flavor, what would it be called for Lizard Eyelick? Lick. 100 bonus points to anyone that knows what that's a reference to. Lick. The challengers of Corn are dead? Oh geez, I gotta make sure not to lose my bloodthirsters. Those are apparently a rare breed now. Okay, let's try going here. Okay. We'll switch into stealth to cross the Darklands, assuming I don't get assaulted here. Okay, looks like we're safe. What do you guys think about Total War 40k? Gonna play it? Yeah, I'll play it. We're gonna try it. I'm gonna try it for sure. I hope it's good. I did play I have played an early alpha build of it, and I enjoyed it. It was interesting. Unfortunately, I can't talk very in depth about it yet. I'm not allowed to say anything that hasn't been shown to y'all, but I do think it has some extreme potential. If they can stick the landing on it, I think it's gonna be a pretty big fucking deal of a game. Though that does feel like a rather large if, because their plans are extremely ambitious, and I appreciate the work CA has done on these games, but their track record has been a little spotty at times. Is there a campaign sort of Mortal Empire such as Warhammer Fantasy? So all I can tell you is what they've revealed about the game publicly, which is that there is it is a Total War game in that it does lean on that more sandbox type experience. Yes. Except for you're dealing with, like, the galaxy and, like, planets and stuff, as opposed to, you know, just, like, regular territories. Will Inquisitor Clouseau be in at launch? I don't think Games Workshop would let them use that character. They might be able to sneak in a reference to him as, like, an event, but I don't think Games Workshop would be okay with them using Inspector Clouseau. Inspector Obi-Wan Sherlock Clouseau, or whatever the fuck his full name is. Back when Games Workshop was like, coming up with original names? Pfft, who does that? Why do that when we can just make... when we can just steal names from every other setting in existence? That's so much easier. Grease's Goldtooth, the man himself. Oh, the ogres are probably going to attack us here. I think they have enough force to do it. Yeah. Do I run? Yes. Okay, we got away. Woo! I don't really want to fight Greases, I'm going to be honest. I think there's little to be gained from that particular strategy. We're almost back to the Empire. Famous characters Fishmeal and Fishab are part of the 40k Lizardmen? Yes. Yeah. Yeah, the Fishmen are actually the secret pre-order race. That you... the way you get them is that you actually have to, like... When you get the game... They're exclusive to, like, the physical copy that will only be sent out as, like, a golden ticket. And the only way to be able to play the Secret Fishman faction is you have to find the other person that has it, and you have to kill them. If you kill them and you, like, rip out their spine with your teeth and crack into their spinal fluid, drinking it will actually give you... the knowledge of the Steam key in order to unlock the Fishman faction on your PC, but only one person can have it at a time. So like it's you know it's a pretty tall order. Maintaining it will require incredible power. Okay, we just gotta hop over the mountains and then wipe out what's left of Elspeth. Reichland is dead, right? Yes. Yeah, Reichland's dead. The only thing I have left to do is to wipe out Wizenland. So I just have to get across the mountains and beat Elspeth to death, and we're done. Something about Total War 40k I'm hoping is they don't make Eldars humans with weird ears like they did the elves. I mean, I feel like they will, because that's probably easy to do. But I mean, most of them will be wearing helmets, so I don't know, we'll see. That's not one of those things I would advise getting your hopes up on, I think. Alright, we're in the mountains. Last part of the mountains, and then it's on to Templehof. I mean, Total War doesn't tend to be as hyper-focused on, like, how precisely a character looks. When it comes to stuff like how the Eldar look, per se. Unless it's a special character, traditionally, and even then, it's pretty meh. Just because, like, you can't see that, generally, when you're playing the game. Because it's super rare that you'll be that zoomed in. But who knows? Maybe, you know... Maybe they'll go that hardcore on it. Wandering Giants. I would definitely. Dude, is that fucking Tehenuin in the Empire? Jesus. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would definitely prefer if the Eldar look super freaky. Like, I want them to look weird. I will always be disappointed that the elves in Total War Warhammer look like just humans with pointy ears. That was always very disappointing to me. All right, so let's pop the eastern side of Nuln's faction. We'll work our way up north, and then we'll cycle back through the center. Who's this? Up in the mountain. Okay, that's Tomb Kings. Okay. Oof. Oh my gosh. Oh, we got the trait! I don't think I've ever gotten this trait before. Sister Swords. Plus 10 melee attack, plus 10 melee defense, and charge reflection on both Malagor and Kaurak. Dude, they're fucking invincible. I could probably let just the two of them fight everything, and I don't think they would ever lose. Genuinely. Alright. Further north we go. So it begins. They were wildly more conservative with Warhammer 1 than they should be before. Oh yeah, no, those are going to be night and day different. Those are going to be night and day different. Warhammer 1 was a very, very, very conservative guinea pig. Warhammer 40k is a wildly ambitious, like, putting all the money into that bet type scenario. Like, it's a completely different can of worms. The good news is the Empire is a relatively weak faction in the area, so even as we're blowing up all their territory, they're going to have a hard time reclaiming it. Because they're small fries compared to, like, the dwarfs and the ogres and the wood elves who are going to be absorbing everything. Who is the best Takno Jutsu in Warhammer? It would depend on what your objective is with the Takno Jutsu. I mean, Wulfric canonically has Takno Jutsu in that he is able to rage. He's able to craft perfect insults using the gift of tongues in such a way that he's able to just rage bait other people into making mistakes. But you do have your more like silver-tongued people. Lone Wolf. Oh, just max it out. Okay. Damn. All right. Yeah, I'll take a billion movement. That's cool with me. Fresh unit of harpies. If you mean like in a Naruto sense of like talking to people and getting them to chill the fuck out, who would be the best at getting people to calm down? I mean, honestly, it would probably be a very powerful shadow wizard, if anything. Marathi would probably be very good at it. Yeah, Marathi would probably be very good at it. Yeah, probably Marathi. Marathi would probably be the best at getting people to de-escalate even if they didn't want to. Because she would be able to talk her way into a situation where she kind of forces them to have to, you know, slow down a little and hear what she has to say. Oh, nice! This is gonna lead to us destroying Kislev, because Kislev was the one city on the list I was given that I didn't get to pop because it was taken over by Chaos, and I was like, whatever, it's fine. I guess since Chaos got it. But look, it's back in human hands, so now I can blow it up like I was supposed to. Yeah, a lot of demons would be pretty good at Takto Jutsu. It's a pretty rarely used skill by most demons, but Slanesh demons, Keepers of Secrets, would be really good at it. I'm just popping my way towards them like a fucking shark in the water. Dan it, dan it. Dan it, dan it, dan it, dan it, dan it, dan it. Just coming up on Elspeth. I do think they're retaking territory south of me, which is kind of annoying. Oh no, that's the Exiles of Nehek. Okay, cool. Bro, the Exiles of Nehek are like so far away from where they normally are. That's so funny to me. Anywhere but Nehekara? To be fair, he is exiled from Nehekara. Like, he's not supposed to go to Nehekara until he's accomplished his mission. There we go. I did get to burn down Kislev. How delightful. Mission accomplished. Now come here, Elspeth, you little shit. Oh, it's Balthazar Gelt again. I'm not here for him, though. Sticks and Stones, I would personally heavily disagree. I would say that Marathi is extremely successful at convincing people to do things she wants them to do. Now, some of the stories we might get about her from like just an army book perspective may make it seem like she's always losing or whatever, but I would say that's not accurate to the character. That's just like a singular book or whatever it might be. Alright, that kills Elspeth. But we can't overstay here. Oh, interesting. Okay, Reichland Confederated. That's what happened there. That's why Reichland's gone. They weren't killed, they were absorbed by Nuln. Oh. I'm kind of hoping Gelt will absorb Nuln, because if he does that, then I would automatically win, which would be great with me. Hopefully they don't see me. Okay, good. And Gelt left. Excellent. Which left Prague vulnerable. Look at that! It's got Boris, it's got Toddy, it's got Karl Franz. What was Kotep doing while in exile? Kotep spent thousands of years trying to solve the problem of the Tomb King, which is that he was looking for a solution to the Tomb King's failed immortality. Is the like TLDR? Yeah, whatever. Over here. Get me a new Chaos Dragon. Then I need 2 Manticores and a Harpy. Alright, we've annihilated Elspeth in the north. and the east. So now we'll cut down through central on our way to the southwest of the empire, where is, I believe, the last few settlements are. I don't know what Cathay even tried. There was no universe where they succeeded, surely. Well, that was the thing, though, is that Cathay was basically held responsible for all of the promises that the mortuary cult had made to Cetra, which they had ultimately lied. Because when Cetra was dying, they, for the first time, like when his mortal life was ending, the mortuary cult swore up and down on took every oath imaginable to Cetra, and they said, hey man, we know you're dying and that sucks, but when you wake up, we're gonna figure out immortality, and you'll return in a perfect golden immortal body. And they swore that on like pain of everything. And so when they woke him up and he was just a horrible desiccated corpse, like immensely powerful but hideous and undead, he was understandably, I think most people would argue, absolutely fucking furious, because they lied to him. They made a bunch of promises they could not keep, and then they had the fucking audacity to come wake him up from his eternal rest to be like, hey boss, not only did we colossally fuck this all up, but we also accidentally created Nagash. And even though he's dead now, his lieutenant is like about to take over Kimry City. So could you like bail us out? And like Cathay knew it was going to be bad. Like Cathay probably thought he was going to die when he woke Cetra up, because he knew Cetra was going to be unspeakably furious, and hold him accountable because he's the Grand Hierophant. Like he is, the buck stops with him. But luckily for him, debatably, depending on how you view such things, fortunately for him, Cetra was merciful, and Cetra did not kill him on the spot. He instead exiled him and said, if you dare to come back without having figured this out, I will kill you. You know, basically saying, I will give you a second chance, even though you frankly don't deserve it. And to be fair, if you want to get super technical, Cathay is not actually banned from exiled from Nehekara. He's only exiled from Kimry. So like, Cathay spent a good amount of his time in Nehekara because he was allowed to be in like the nation area. He was not allowed to be in the city-state region of Kimry. So he couldn't visit the capital, and he couldn't visit the areas surrounding the capital. But he was allowed to visit anywhere else or stay in the other tomb cities. Which is why there's a story of him like saving the city of I think he saved Numus from an invasion of greenskins and Arachnarok spiders when Mount Arachnos erupted. I'm pretty sure it was Numus. The downside to Cathay is that Cathay was basically invented for, I don't think Cathay existed before 8th edition. I think 6th edition was just, I'd have to check. I can check after the stream, or after we finish this campaign. I want to say Katep was not in 6th edition. He might have been, though. I remember Archon the Black and Cetra and Kalita all being in 6th edition. But I want to say Grand Hierophant Katep was a brand new character to 8th edition. So he only existed for a single edition, and he never got any novels. He should have gotten novels. I'll tell you what. So I've been listening to The End and the Death, or sorry, The Infinite and the Divine, not The End of the Death. The Infinite and the Divine, the Necron book, and listening to that book, great book by the way. I'm enjoying it immensely. It has given me such a raging boner for a Tomb King book. I want a Tomb King book so goddamn badly. Like, I would sell my fucking soul for a Tomb King book that, like, follows Cetra or Grand Hierophant Katep. Like, could you imagine if they did a book where, like, it's like Cetra the Imperishable dealing with, like, we get like the chapters bounce between him being alive and being dead, right? Like, could you imagine if it was like chapter 1 is like Cetra at one part of his life, and then chapter 2 is like thousands of years later and it's Cetra dealing with some big narrative event when he's already undead. And then after a few chapters, it bounces back to him being alive, but it's like a different part of his life. So, like, we get to see Cetra at different stages of his mortal life as we read whatever the book's about. Like, I feel like that would be such a fun fucking book that just, like, explores a significant chunk of his life. Vlad von Karstein, huh? Bro, Vlad, you do not want this smoke, buddy. You ain't got no shooting. You do not want this smoke. Come and get it. Come and get it, Poppy. I'm gonna wreck your shit. I'm going to wreck your shit. This is gonna be a beatdown. It's not even gonna be a challenge. The amount of damage over time shit I've got, like, oh my god. This is gonna be what the kiddies call a fucking massacre. Like, holy moly. Talk about picking a fight beyond your means. I'll tell you.
The Skull Taker's decree. I will.
We'll put all the guys that got breath weapons and everybody else. Yeah, I'm gonna kill all you losers, like, borderline instantly. But, yeah, sure, whatever, dude. Oh, wow, his reinforcement showed up in, like, 2 milliseconds. That was kind of impressive.
For the throne.
Oh, that's not nice. Fire and Frost, baby. Fire and Frost. Kill that idiot. Everybody dive in. Kill them all. Oh, you locked one. Ow! Stop that! That hurts! Minotaur, go fucking kill Vlad. Yeah, that storm summoning trick is rude. Bitch ass von Karsteins. Dude, the Minotaur is absolutely wrecking Vlad. Like, holy shit, he's beating the tar out of him. Dude, Malagor's gonna get like a gajillion kills.
All things I've come to raid clan master.
Hey, Legends of Adventurous, what's up? How you guys doing? Hello, hello, hello. I'm in the closing stages of finishing a challenge campaign where I'm only allowed to use flying units, and it's been a whole fucking thing. How are you guys? I hope you all had a fun stream. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, if you don't know me, hello, hi, I'm Loremaster Sotek. I'm considered one of the premier authorities on Warhammer Fantasy Lore and Literature. You might have seen me if you were a member over on the Adventures YouTube channel. I was helping out when they were doing some test stuff with Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay back a bit. But Adventures, those guys are fucking awesome. They're amazing, and they've got some new stuff that they have, I believe, on pre-order. They got some like new cool fucking books and stuff, so if you haven't checked that out, make sure you do, because those guys are the goats. But yeah, we're just playing some Total War Warhammer here. I have been doing a challenge campaign where I'm only allowed to have a single army that can only be made up of flying monsters. I'm only allowed to have flyers. And we are so close to finishing this campaign. We are so painfully close. And I'm just using overwhelming amounts of birds to try and force myself to victory over endless undead. And this is on legendary difficulty for anyone that cares. Okay, let's take out these Karen Race before they kill our Frost Dragon. Almost have the Horn of the First Beast back up. Okay, the dragon's gotta go. Why is the dragon still alive, guys? Pop a Vile Tide. Pop another Vile Tide. Oh, I got knocked over. More Vile Tides, please! Okay, they're fighting over there. I could make a Manticore unbreakable, but I don't want to do that unless I absolutely have to. More crows. Kill the damn dragon! Let's pop one of these. Oh, I really don't want to lose that Bloodthirster. Let's see if I can get him up in the air. Get out of there. Get out of there. Come on. Run. Run. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out.
If God commands, marauding onward. Bloodthirster, go.
Come on, get in the air. Get in the air. Come to daddy so I can reinforce you. Ah, no, I think we're gonna lose our Bloodthirster. Oh, no, that sucks. I can't get a new one.
Yes.
Oh god, okay, he's stabilized. Woo! Okay, you just sit up there, big boy. You just stay up there and don't sweat it. Is the dragon dead? Yes. It looks like it is. Are you kidding? They got crossbows. Kill those. Manticores, go. All of you guys go pop that. Oh, there's a Necromancer. That's not allowed. Gorbel, can we kill the Vargulf, please? I'm gonna throw a big fat Doom and Darkness here. We're gonna nuke all their leadership so all these undead start falling apart. Cockatrice, you're doing pretty okay on health. Get on down in here. What are you doing? Get him! Get him! Eat the old man! It's a birdemic. It is a birdemic. It's the best kind. Okay, that's army losses. Holy moly, that was a fuck ton of undead. No, one of my bloodthirsters did die. Fuck. God damn it. That sucks. Because the Khorne faction we hired them from is dead, so once we lose a bloodthirster, it is gone forever. That was a good, what, 4,500 undead versus 79 birds, which flying creatures. Bloodthirsters actually did not too shabby. I take it Scarbrain is long dead. Oh yeah, super long dead. We had an alliance with Arbal the Undefeated. Oh yeah, we lost the Bloodthirster. That fucking sucks. Oh, leave me alone! We are literally like 5 regions from our final objective. All I have to do is finish off one Empire faction and we've won the campaign. Like, we're so close. But there was, I moved a little too greedily, and there was a giant fucking undead army sitting in Nuln. What that was like, hello? So we're gonna fight a little more cautiously this time. Yeah, we're definitely gonna keep our Bloodthirster out of the fray. Yeah, you just hang out in the back. The rest of you come with me. And we're gonna go kill ourselves a lot of dead boys. His reinforcements show up so fucking fast. Okay. Should be able to just bombard them to death with magic mostly. Oh, he's on a Terrorgeist. That could be a slight problem. Okay. Go ahead and tell my Gorbel to just go in. Because the Gorbel's borderline, pretty much invincible. I'm not worried about him. We're gonna want to be more cautious with these guys. Oh good, he's diving on us. Excellent. Idiot. Okay. Malagor help fight her. Y'all team up on her. Let's hit her with a big shadow debuff. Everybody gets plus melee attack. Everybody gets plus melee defense. He does have a little bit of shooting. Oh wait, I can just delete his shooting. Haha. Why is someone cursing out an Orcish? That's not Orcish, it's Beast Tongue. A far more, well, I don't know. I was about to say a far more sophisticated tongue, but I guess that's not strictly accurate. Okay, nice. You guys won that. Go kill them. Oh, he's up in the air. Okay, I'm gonna dive down here into this mess. We're gonna start hawking fireballs. Let's bring in the Manticores. Frost Dragons, if anybody comes out of the forest, y'all start spitting at them. Cursing? They're not cursing, they're expressing their endless, bountiful joy. That's, yep, that's what it is. Okay, we got Exposed Ghoul King. Let's go ahead and hop on him. Why don't you go shut down those guns? We're gonna shoot some fireballs at those Blood Knights. Oh, Terrorgeist. Oh, God. Keep my Frost Dragons very far away from that thing. Okay, that guy's almost dead. We need more Vile Tides. Let's make this Manticore unkillable for a bit. And also buff the hell out of its stats. Okay, the Vargulf has got to go. The Vargulf is being a real nuisance. Oh, there's a... fuck, there's a Necromancer there. Okay. Let's do a big leadership debuff here. I'm gonna go jump on this necromancer and see if I can kill him. Where's the Terrorgeist? I don't see it. Let's have both of you guys breathe frost over here. Gorbul's having a grand old time fighting. Malagor, I'm a little spooked at how surrounded you are, but it shouldn't be too bad. Throw down some more crows. I'm gonna get away from the Terrorgeist for a little bit. Throw down some of these. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can bring the Terrorgeist next to the Gorbul, because the Gorbul can like absolutely beat the brakes off that thing. Yeah, there it is. You also are going to cast a Vile Tide right on top of them, see if we can buy ourselves a little bit of space. I'm going to use Shadow Magic to debuff him. I'm going to use Mantle of Gorok to buff this boy so he hits extra hard. Okay, we can do another Vile Tide over here. No, I'm not supposed to use the Summon Cygors for anything like effective because they're... I mean, I think I could technically use them, but I don't want to use them unless I absolutely have to because they are a flying unit. Or they're not a flying unit, so it feels like they're kind of breaking the rules. Okay, let's have you jump on that dude. I've got a little bit... Okay, these guys' leadership is pretty low. We can do a Overcast, Doom, and Darkness to hit them for a big leadership debuff, which will cause them to start falling apart. Oh, wow. Okay, he's actually hurting my Gorbul a good bit. Okay, that's army losses. Ooh, okay. Wow, he actually got pretty close to killing my Gorbul. That's actually fucking terrifying. Rest in pepperonis, you absolute bastards. Oh my gosh, okay, I'm gonna fly over here and just finish off these guys. Because we would prefer to have as few survivors as possible. Woo! Undead Red, hello! Hi, how are you doing? Hey, I'm new here. Been thinking about getting the new Total War game when it comes out. Hope it'll be fun. Total War Warhammer 40k, I also very much hope it'll be fun. I think there's a pretty good chance it will be. Waffless, thank you very much for the Ola Skates. Good to see you. Hope you're having a great night. I also hope the same. I've played an early alpha of it that I am allowed to talk about, but not like too much in detail. Are you kidding? There's more of them! Ah! Ah! Why are there so many undead? Oh my god, there's so many fucking... Oh god. The undead are the worst because, especially, we're fighting them in an area that has a lot of corruption, which means that every time I beat them, their armies aren't completely destroyed, they're only mostly destroyed. So this shit happens, where every time you beat them, it doesn't matter, and they just keep coming back. Because since they have high enough corruption, there's a very high chance any of the units that survive the battle will resurrect. And whenever a unit resurrects, they just keep coming at you over and 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 over again. So we literally just have to grind our way through all of them. But Malagor's got so much goddamn magic, I can use him to just kind of harass. And luckily, both Malagor and my Gorbul have regeneration. So, like, if he just refuses to fight me for a good bit, that's fine with me. Because I can just harass him with a lot of magic, and there's not a lot he can do about it. Okay, let's send in Flyer Squad to intercept the bats. Yeah, get rid of all that. Spartan, have a good night. Thank you for coming by. This would be so much easier with Morgar. I mean, Morgar and Malagor are pretty similar. as far as like that aspect of their characters, especially since I have good regeneration on Malagor. I actually think Malagor is better than Morgor in this instance because Malagor comes with all of his magic. If I didn't have the magic, this would be a lot harder. Alright, we're gonna send the Gorbel in and let him start fighting. I'm gonna have my flyers go harass. Actually, we'll wait for the enemy to kind of stop and then we'll start blasting them. That's when we'll start pulling our... Anyway, so I started blasting. He's got a regular Necromancer on foot. Send the Cockatrice after the Necromancer. Okay, we can go ahead, I think, and dive in Malagor. Next to him. So those two can kind of fight back to back. And then the Frost Dragons can start shooting at units. Mostly want to aim for halberd units. Halberds and spears. I'm going to slow these guys down so they don't interrupt. You lot, let's snipe out a couple of units. Let's do this. Go ahead and throw down a big Doom and Darkness to make people start dissolving. We're just gonna nuke the shit out of Otto von Drac with debuffs. Breathe some more garbage on people. Okay, there we go. It's getting quicker and quicker each time. Yeah, we are playing the Harbinger of Disaster faction, which is Malagor's. But we are doing specific challenge campaigns, so we're only allowed to have a single army, which is the army led by Malagor, and we're only allowed to use flying units. We're not allowed to use any ground units, with the one exception of Malagor's starting hero, which is a Minotaur. Everything else has to be a flying unit. Are you done? Nope, they're back for more. They're just gonna keep doing this. They're just gonna keep cycling until they literally run out of gas. There is nothing worse than walking into undead territory with only a single army, because the AI just relentlessly throws itself at you on repeat over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Alright, we'll just go over there and kill them. They don't have anything dangerous enough to threaten me at this point. Does he have a new Dragon Lord? Oh, fuck me. Alright, I may have spoke a little too soon on that. You go ahead and pop them. I'm gonna do some invasive maneuvers for a moment. Dealing with some of these. Just gonna fly in circles and be annoying. Actually, I should probably just go ahead and dive in on this mess. That way the dragon will land. Let him with overcast shadow magic. Tell all my heroes to focus him. Buff Gorbel. Okay, and it's gonna take them a couple seconds to enclose us. Yeah, fuck him up! Fuck him up! Yeah, that's a level 50 vampire. Jesus Christ. That's a big boy right there. Alright, and then we can do an... Oh, is he gonna... we can do an Overcast Doom and Darkness to hopefully make him start crumbling. And that might not be enough to make him crumble. The bitch is getting away. Cockatrice, get your ass over here. Do a Vile Tide right on top of us, create some space. Okay, let's refocus the dragon. Hit him with more shadow magic. And hit all these nerds with another Flock of Doom. Up that. Okay, he's still affected by shadow magic. Cool. I don't know for how much longer. Nope. Nope, it's worn off. Okay, so he's gonna start winning that fight. So I'm gonna hit him with this. That'll make him really, really slow. I'm gonna run the fuck away. Do another one of these. Followed up by one of these. Pop one of these. We'll do a Vile Tide over here. They're so close to being dead. Do a pendulum across this. Okay, there we go. And he's dead. Do you give up yet, undead? Atsotek, if money wasn't an issue, which battle/duel/fight would you have animated? I mean, for me personally, if I could have anything animated, I would probably vote for the Battle of Itza. Like, a series that shows, like, all of the great battles, leading up to the final confrontation, where Lord Croak, like, basically conjures a star. Alright! We survived it! I don't know how many fucking battles that was, but it was a lot. Jesus. Got a ton of items out of it. Oh, I unlocked a tech I didn't have until just now. Cool. Ow! That was very painful. Alright, I'm gonna sneak my way over here. And we're gonna take a few turns to lick our wounds. Okay, Wintertooth is the only ally we have left, so I guess we're just gonna go all in on Frost Dragons. Oh no, we have one more Bloodthirster, okay. We lost a Manticore. And we lost a shitload of Chimeras. We lost one Praeton. Yeah, we'll be sitting here for a few turns. Okay, that's fine. Okay, we're just gonna hide here and lick our wounds for a bit. Like, if I was gonna see a duel animated, I would want to see Queek Headtaker versus Malagor. That would be fucking baller. Or maybe Karl Franz versus Vorbat Ironjaw. That was a really fucking cool fight. I think that was one of the best fights in the series. Krokgar versus Lord Skrolk would be hype as fuck. Krokgar versus Vashnar the Tormentor would be hype as fuck. Lord Mazdamundi versus like Kairos Fate Weaver would be cool. Lewin Lanker versus Kugoth Plaguefather. That would be incredible. Like there's so many good fights you could do. Literally anything involving Gotrek and Felix, anything at all from across the entire series. Cetra versus Nagash, because they fought at least twice. Once in the end times and once when Nagash came back and tried to dominate him the first time and Cetra kicked the shit out of him. Yeah, Narian versus the Greater Demons. Yeah, that'd be pretty hype. Okay, 2 more turns. 2 more turns and we're ready to move. What do you want? Military alliance? Sure. Even though you're a coward.
This won't be regrettable.
You're a coward who immediately betrays my alliance the second someone even looks at you. But, you know, sure. Gotrek versus the first Bone Ripper, that would actually be very funny. For anyone that doesn't know that story, it's basically like... the TLDR is that basically Bone Ripper, throughout the entire book, is shown to be this, like, unstoppable, horrifically powerful monster that's just aura farming the entire time. And he's just unstoppable. And then when Gotrek finally meets Bone Ripper, he one-shots him. Like, he just very casually, like, just immediately fucking kills him. And it's so funny. It's such a good subversion of what you're expecting to happen. Because, like, Bone Ripper's had so much build-up, and you expect that when he fights Gotrek, when they finally meet, that's going to be, like, the climax of the book. And no, Gotrek just kills him immediately, and it's so funny. What are the undead? Are they just reskinned Necrons? How dare you, sir? How dare you? The Necrons are reskinned Warhammer Fantasy undead. We were here first. Anyway, so there are different flavors of undead in Warhammer Fantasy. The most famous common type of undead in Warhammer are the Vampire Counts. And the Vampire Counts... So all of the undead are very self-serving. They are not on Team Chaos. They're not on team... They're not on anybody's team. They're on their own team. The Vampire Counts are very much kind of... they're very much like your very classic style undead. So think like Dracula, Frankenstein... well, Frankenstein's monster. Ghosts and ghouls and werewolves, and the werewolves not as much in the modern editions, but it's a lot of like kind of your classic Transylvania gross brain-eating undead, lots of skeletons and wights and spirits and ghosts and a vampire aristocracy, and there's like different bloodlines that have different themes and design philosophies. He saw me? Are you fucking serious? Oh my god, we're gonna have to do this all over again. I'm really tempted to reload. You know what? I can win these fights, but they're brain numbing. I'm gonna try reloading the save and hope that he doesn't see me this time. Because I have a reasonably high ambush chance. If he sees me again, we'll fight. But, oh god, I really don't want to have to fight him again. Because every time, it's just going to take 1,000 years. Why am I using a poison banner over a second banner of madness on Malagor himself? I mean, for Malagor, I already have the... Oh, I should get rid of the poison, actually. It's not applying to him anymore. Oh, wait, no, it might in battle. But originally I had poison on him to protect him, but I didn't originally have the other effect because he already has a drain effect. But honestly, you do make a decent point. I forgot that I upgraded him, so he has like a gajillion defense now. He doesn't need the poison banner anymore. I originally gave it to him because I wanted the poison to help protect him. But now, I think you are correct, where the best thing we can do is literally just stack Banners of Madness. I think we'll also replace this. I think we'll replace most of these with Banners of Madness. I've got the money. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because this will make my army a lot better at mass killing undead. Oh, I didn't need 4. I only need that. Okay. There we go. I think we might underway up into the mountains next turn, so I don't have to deal with undead just constantly trying to jump in my butthole. Oh, anyway. So, the other two major kinds of undead are, you have the Tomb Kings, which the Tomb Kings are, I often refer to them as dry undead, to try and make it easy, but they're basically like, they're very Egyptian themed. They're undead Egypt. So it's mummies, giant constructs made out of, like, bone and all sorts of other like crazy materials, like bone and obsidian and marble and jade and yada yada yada. And the whole thing is that it's they are like Egyptian undead, and they're led by like these powerful Tomb Kings, which are like big mummy dudes, and they have a lot of like curses and a lot of like insectoid flesh-eating insects and scorpions and other nasty stuff. A lot of like sandstorms, very desert sandy themed. And then the last major group are the Vampire Coast, at least as of the moment. And the Vampire Coast are pirates, so they're the undead pirate faction. So they've got like lots of zombies with guns and cannons. And they've got a lot of like really weird monsters. So they have like giant crab monsters. They have some kind of random creatures like the Morngulls, which are like these big horrible dudes with like their guts hanging out and like a bunch of other crazy nonsense. Alright, I'm just gonna send you two in immediately, and everyone else will kind of come in from behind to help out with enemy flyers. So Warhammer Fantasy Undead are just the generic... So in Warhammer Fantasy... Undead is a creature type that is split between various different factions, which are most of which are different kinds of undead. The Warhammer Fantasy Undead, some of them take a lot of inspirations from other settings. Some of them are fairly unique, but Warhammer tends to much more often be a setting that revolves around taking tropes from like other classic settings, like fantasy settings, and evolving them into its own setting where they will eventually become like something distinct. Is that a fucking stealth zombie dragon? It was. That's unusual. But as for what differentiates them, man, the main problem there is I don't know as much about D&D Undead as I would like to. Most forms of like classic undead that you would find in something like D&D, you can find in Warhammer. As they get integrated into the setting, they tend to end up evolving and becoming a bit more unique to the setting. So like how they interact with magic, how exactly undead works. Because in Warhammer Fantasy, undead are created by several sources. The most classic way you'll see undead manifest is through the use of necromancy, which is someone who's using a type of magic called Dar or dark magic to basically try and animate corpses according to their will, which then, you know, get up and start moving around and causing problems, and they are often like an extension of the necromancer or the vampire's will. But there's a lot of ways it can go wrong, because when you're messing around with dark magic, it can cause a lot of different forms of corruption, where like you can lose control of the undead, which can cause them to turn on the person that summoned them, and you're also like pissing off certain gods that rule over domains of the dead, and you're basically stealing from them. But they're a very different force than Chaos. Chaos and the undead generally do not get along. They're usually, not always, but the vast majority of the time, they're not friendly to each other. Because they kind of represent opposing ideals, in the sense that Chaos is very much like a perversion of life, and things constantly changing and evolving and mutating endlessly. Whereas undead is static. When something becomes undead, you're usually dealing with like an eternal, it's the end of the road. It's an eternal end to that thing evolving and changing and developing, which Chaos does not like. Chaos is very no. So they tend to be very opposed to one another, because Chaos wants to destroy the world. On the general vibe of the vast majority of the undead is they do not want to destroy the world, they want to rule it. They want to be the kings or the great masters of the living, or just, all of reality. And if Chaos destroys everything, that would obviously be a problem. So they tend not to have aligned goals, so to speak. But then you have groups like the Tomb Kings. The Tomb Kings were a culture of basically ancient Egypt, and the thing with them is that they did not want to get into undeath. That was not their original aim. Their goal was a nation that was fairly obsessed with death, but their goal was to achieve immortality. And as part of that, there was a priesthood that cropped up, known as the Mortuary Cult. And the Mortuary Cult was basically a bunch of priests of the various gods who promised all of the different nobility elements of Nehekara, so all the various kings and queens and princes and all those other people. They basically promised them that they would figure out immortality. They'd figure it out, and they would develop a method by which they could preserve their souls in their corpses, and basically allow these people to die, but later on, after they had been dead for a bit, they would eventually figure out how to do immortality, and once they figured it out, they would forge beautiful, perfect, immortal golden bodies for all of the various aristocracy people. So from their perspective, they would simply die, and then one day they would wake up from their long death sleep, and they would be in perfect bodies. But they all got woken up prematurely by the Great Necromancer. So the man who is credited at inventing what we now know as necromancy, Nagash. Because Nagash unleashed a great ritual that was designed to awaken all of the dead, so everyone that had ever died in Nehekara, and make them his slaves, so that he would have like a absolutely fucking massive undead army. But he was interrupted. His ritual fails, because he gets assassinated while he's in the midst of casting it. And so when Nagash dies, at least for now, this results in a scenario where all of the Tomb Kings, the vast majority of them, had all woken up and were now back, but were in these horrible, ugly, hideous, decaying bodies. And not all of them came back at 100%. Many of them had issues, so to speak. So, you know, they had like memories missing, or they were very confused, or they thought they were still alive, or they were just fucking insane. Some of them knew what they were, or it could see it, and it drove them mad. Generally not a good time. And you also have the issue of the Tomb Kings were a culture that very much believed in might is right, and a very strong concept of like grand dynasties, and people having divine right to rule. So when you have thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people that when they were alive, they were king or queen or some other notable royal position, you know, they were like the big boss in charge, and then they wake up and now there's like all of their ancestors or their rivals or their descendants who are all claiming that, no, I'm in charge, fuck you, you're not in charge, I'm the boss, you're not the boss. It caused some issues, to say the least. But the Tomb Kings hate the other form. Well, they kind of hate everybody, but they really fucking hate the other forms of undead. The Tomb Kings absolutely despise, like all of the various, vampires and such, because the Tomb Kings feel very strongly that Nagash was, which he was, but Nagash was ultimately responsible for waking them up too early, and because of that, they see all other undead as being the spawn of Nagash, even though the vast majority of people hate Nagash, because Nagash was just an absolute bastard. So there's a lot of very complex political things going on between the various forms of undead. Joy the Sphere, thank you for the follow. Hope you're having a great day. Okay. See if we can beat some people up here. Oh, I got punted. Okay. Start hawking fireballs at people. You lot, kill that dragon. Oh, that's gonna be very painful. Oh, that killed one of my Chaos Dragons. God, fuck that Tempest spell. I hate that fucking thing. Oh, dude, these undead are pissing me off something fierce. This is awful. I do not want to deal with all this shit. Okay, we're gonna debuff Vlad some more, buff the Gorbel some more, so he can hopefully just finish Vlad off very quickly. Get rid of these guys' ammo if possible. Let's have you guys head over this way. Yeah, once Vlad and the Dragon are dead, he'll be out of storms. Okay, there goes Vlad. Okay, the archers gotta go, man. Okay, that's the other Dragon Lord dead. Just gonna have you come land on these idiots. Okay, I think that's all their generals dead. They might have a necromancer. I don't remember seeing one, but that doesn't mean there isn't one.
Malagor.
Kill those bats. Oh, we're just gonna start hawking fireballs at people. Oh, there he is. Okay, yeah, there is a necromancer.
Malagor.
Throw down some more of these. Have you dive on these idiots. I'm gonna do one of these. Didn't I see a group of... Yeah, let's go kill those Vargeist. Okay, gonna use this to get rid of these guys' ammo. They can't shoot anymore. God, still a stupid amount of dudes I have to kill. He would just dive in on me, it'd be easy, but he's being very cautious. Come over here and join this mess. Actually, no, I'm gonna go pop that necromancer. Throw that over there. Come here, you little shit. Oh, it's a vampire. Okay. Oh, it's a necromancer. Hello. Alright, we'll start spitting fireballs. Gorbel's having a grand old time. More fireballs. Throw down a Vile Tide over here. The Prytons are not particularly useful in this scenario. Hey, Frostbreath. There we go. Oh wait, is that the Mort? Yeah, let's kill the Morse engine. Let's pull you out of that fight. Go clean up this mess. Debuff the Vargolf. Chimera's back up in the air. Let's hawk a fireball at this corpse cart. That'd be very much it. I'm gonna come join this bullshit. Oh, the cavalry's coming to join the party. How delightful. Enjoy endless crows. Crows for days! Alright, let's drop the leadership on the Vargolf so that it just gives up and dies. More fireballs. Lock some ice loogies over here. We can throw a debuff on you. Got one fireball left. Where's that? I don't. What's the challenge? So the challenge is I have to win an entire Beastmen campaign with only a single army, which is this army. And the army is only allowed to have flying units. So the only exception is the starting Minotaur that Malagor has. That way I have at least one ground unit so I don't take the penalty for having only flyers. So all my units have to be aerial units. And I'm only allowed the singular army, so I can't hire any other generals. And I also have to get a long campaign victory. In addition to, I had to run around and pop all of the different capitals of the world, of the good guy races, in the like Central Eastern theaters. So we popped Corone, Altdorf, Kislev, Castle Drakenfels, Karazakarak, Zarnagrund, Weijin, Skaven Blight, Kimri, and Maragliano. I think were all the places, different places we ran around, blew up. We can fast forward this. There's army losses. Okay. The problem is, I am so close to the very end, but the very last human settlement, the last two, or I think the last two human settlements, one of them is right behind where Vlad von Karstein has stationed literally every single fucking one of his armies. So I have been drowning in undead attacking me endlessly for like the last 30 minutes to an hour. Because I underweighed, or I used the beast paths, and I accidentally got too close to him, so he started attacking me over and over and over again. And then, after I beat him, I tried to walk past him, but the piece of shit managed to see through my ambush. I had like a 75% ambush success chance, and he saw me, so now we have to do it all fucking over again. So, we're just... And the thing is the fights aren't difficult, they're just really fucking tedious. Especially because, since this is his entrenched position, he did the thing that the AI loves to do, where it has like a gajillion armies stacked on one settlement. Which would be bad enough, but it's the fucking undead. So every time I kill one of his armies, only like half the army dies, and the other half like immediately resurrects. So you just have to keep killing them over and 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 over until they stop respawning. And it's just, it's awful. Now this normally wouldn't be a problem, except that because I could just like use other armies, but I'm only allowed to have the singular army, and if this army dies, I lose the campaign. Because I don't have any active herd stones right now. Alright, we can put it on fast forward. Because like these two are such fucking beat sticks. Like they've become so powerful that I genuinely don't think they can die. Unless it's like something truly obscene. But I don't think the AI has anything that can actually kill them. Fuck your shooting unit, piece of shit. Hold on, let me go to regular speed for a second. You freeze them in place. And then I want all chimeras and frost dragon over here. Especially because the AI is doing that shit. Because I have an all flying army, the AI is also playing a little weird. Where it's, instead of sending like all of its stuff at my characters, it's not doing that because that, you know, wouldn't really be a smart thing to do. Okay, yeah, y'all just fucking just annihilate these shooting assholes because I don't want to get shot. Yeah, fuck you. Get shattered, bitch. So because the AI is not like throwing everything it has at them all at once, I kind of just have to like slowly grind them down. But like these characters have regen and they're also like super fucking stacked with powerful items. It's more just an issue that the AI is able to like endlessly regenerate, which is very annoying. Debuff Vargolf. Kill it. Like, luckily, Malagor has endless fucking winds of magic. And our Doom Bull is also just a fucking beast. And they've both got banners at the Jabberslide. And Malagor's got his fucking Flock of Crows, unending Flock of Doom. So he's eternally casting Flock of Doom as long as he's in combat. So we just got to get to the end of this turn. If I can beat the undead back enough that we get to the end of this turn, that will allow us to be able to beast path move, and I will beast path move into the mountains where the undead can't follow me, and then we will never fight them again. Yeah, Kugoth versus undead used to be genuinely the most toxic thing on the face of the planet. Okay, I think he's out of gas. There we go. Oh my god. Oh great. Bretonnians. Fuck off. Alright, we're heading up into the mountains. Where no one will follow me. Okay, so I need 2 new Chaos Dragons. Oh, I don't have enough Alliance points. Sad. Hey, Norska, I need more Legions points. Anyone that's like close by? Not really. Probably this is the closest, but I don't think I'm gonna end up going over there. Whatever, I'll make do with just one. I need a unit of harpies. Well, now I can get 2 units of harpies. I need 1 more cockatrice. Oh wait, no, I already have 1. And then I guess I'll just take more chimeras. And then we're free! We're finally free of the fucking undead spam! Oh, that was terrible. That was terrible! That was so many undead! That was like 20,000 undead! Okay, we got through it though. We got through it. There are 3 Empire settlements left. It doesn't help that just from the way the campaign has gone, the world is pretty much universally controlled by good guys. Just through like sheer happenstance. So we're like in a world where everybody hates us. Oh, what the fuck? What? Okay. So Mazdamundi has taken over most of Ulthuan, but Marathi has left Ulthuan and she has taken over all of Bretonnia. And Ethel Lauren. Sure, why not? Sure. Apparently I had not looked out that way in a while. Grombrindal owns, like, most of the Chaos Waste and all of Nagaroth. Cathay owns practically everything. Krokar owns a ton of shit. Karasakarak owns a ton of shit. Throg is still pretty powerful for the moment, but he's losing ground to Mazdamundi. Mazdamundi has taken over a lot of Norska, Ulthuan, Lustria, and I saw Mazdamundi and Tehinuan fighting in Kislev. Whatever, none of it matters. Oh, the Tallymen are dead. Oh, jeez. Okay. I can finally run again, so we're gonna run through the mountains and go kill all these fucking humans down here. Are there any other historic characters like Gorbad Ironclaw you would like to see as a legendary lord, legendary hero? Okay, so when you say historic, I assume you mean that in the sense of a character that is, like, canonically dead. So, like, a character that is not around traditionally during the era of Karl Franz. No, I think we've got them all. I think literally every single other character I would want is alive during the era of Karl Franz. Like, even when you're dealing with, like, my extended picks. Oh, no, there's one. There's one. One character who, by most records, is canonically dead that I would like to see as a legendary lord is Vorbad, not Vorbad, Vorag Bloodytooth. Vorag Bloodytooth, who is the first Ghoul King. The first ever Strigoi Ghoul King. I would want him as the, like, Vampire Count Legendary Lord that it represents a Strigoi playthrough. Like, he's your Strigoi thematic character. I would rather have Vorag Bloodytooth than Ushorin. I also don't think Games Workshop, mostly because I don't think Games Workshop will give us Ushorin. I think Ushorin is going to be considered an Age of Sigmar character, not a Warhammer Fantasy character. Which I know sounds dumb, but, you know, welcome to GW. Okay, I believe that was their last normal settlement. I think they just own 2 forts. So I just have to blow up both of their forts and we're home free. Yeah, we've already got someone already paid to create our next challenge campaign, which I'm actually really excited about because it's a Frost-themed campaign. So I believe we're allowed to play any of the Ogre Kingdom characters, but we're supposed to run Frost-themed armies. So like Yetis, Thunder Tusks, any of the Regiment of Renowns, Stone of the Past. That's cool. Oh, Karl Franz was defending this one. Fuck your fort. Okay, I think they only have the one settlement left, right? Oh no, they're in Blackstone Post. Yes, okay, that's their last settlement. All right, we're on our way there. Back into the mountains. And for... yeah, that's it. That's the last thing. We've raised enough settlements. We beat the Fall of Man quest battle. I went and popped all of the unique racial capitals. All that's left is that one settlement. Though the Ogre Challenge, I believe, is notably easier than this one. Because I think we're allowed to have multiple armies. It's just that majority of the army has to be... and I don't think it's even the armies have to be purely Frost-themed. It's they have to be majority Frost-themed. So I think like 25% of the army could be like other stuff. I think the hardest thing about that one is we have to go destroy like the famous fire-themed locations around the world. So we have to like destroy the Firemouth. We've got to like blow up Middenheim. I think we have to take out the Shrine of Assurin. I think we have to take out Heshwaddle as well. I have to find the DM because I know they sent me a DM about it, but I don't. It's been a number of weeks because I was actually quite injured for 2 weeks because my balls had a problem and it was very unpleasant. Take care of your balls, kings, because when those are not behaving, oh boy. Oh boy, that is not fun. That dickhead seriously come up into the mountains? What a jerk. Okay, well fuck him, I'll just go around him. I'll go through Marathi's domain, because Marathi doesn't actually hate me that much. Fuck you, Bretonia, you can't stop me! Is this a Manscaped sponsored stream? No, I wish it was. I wish Manscaped sponsored me. I would love to have sponsors. Did you know that when people do content creation, they make the vast majority of their money through sponsors? So, if you don't have them, you don't make a lot of money. Fun fact. Rip. Lorebeards tomorrow? Yes, definitely Lorebeards tomorrow. I don't think Andy will be back, but me and Ross are gonna do something. We're gonna do a stream on halflings. Hello, Carl Franz. I have come to kill you. You and Toddy and Elspeth. I'm gonna get 3 human faction leaders in one swoop. I would love to be sponsored by Manscaped. That would be awesome. I need to reach out to World Anvil. I think they'd like to do another sponsorship. I need to quit being lazy and reach out to them. Because I like working with World Anvil. They're really cool. Oh, you're trying to escape? You're trying to escape? Fuck. I can see it. I can... Ugh, it's so close. It's right there. Ah! Crushing defeat over my fucking dead body. Stream is sponsored by Bad Dragon. Hey, I wouldn't say no. Listen, as long as there's money involved, I would take a sponsorship from just about anyone, okay? Bad Dragon? Sure, fine. They make quality products. Whatever. Go in there and kill everyone! Fuck your stupid ass walls and your weak ass guns. Oh, look at this place. It's got humans and dwarfs. Kill them all! Go shut down all those war machines. You think I'm gonna let any of you people survive? After how much effort and agony it's taken me to get over here? What a joke. I have infinite magic!
Yes.
Oh yeah, Bloodthirster, I forgot about you. Come over here.
Malagor.
Anyone else want to get on a stupid ass wall? No? That's what I thought. Girls. If they made Warhammer themed toys, would you buy it? Yes. Yeah. Listen. I am a hardcore Warhammer fan deep down to the darkest, most unholy pits of my soul. Alright? If there is anything that relates to Warhammer Fantasy, I am up to my elbows in it. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's degenerate gooner shit. I don't care if it's fan content. I don't care. Whatever it is, I'm going to be a part of it. If they were like, here, look, here's your Slanesh Ushti thing you can stick your junk in. I'm like, all right, sure, why not? But it has to be Warhammer Fantasy themed. If it's 40K, I'm out. If it's 40K, get that shit out of my face. Oops, I did not target that correctly. Can you people fucking die, please? Malagor, go deeper in. Let's go shut down all these halberd units. Oh, is that army losses? Poor little babies. Oh, it's over. It's finally over. Dude, if they made a Krokar arm, I would lose my shit. I don't care if that thing cost $10,000. I would get it. I would do anything to hire a cosplayer to make me like a full Krokar arm that I could wear, like a Krokar prosthetic. That'd be fucking baller. There's literally no number I would not be willing to pay for that. Wait, what? Oh, there we go. We did it! Oh! Oh! We did it! Oh, look, the long victory even has, look, it's got Malagor and Morgur in the art. I guess they were like, fuck Kazrak, he doesn't get to be a part of it. Oh! Oh my god. It's finally over. That took many hours. We did it! Fucking hooray! Oh my god. Yeah, now guys, we can just play. Now we can just play the game. But we did beat this campaign. We full on beat it. Like if we were trying to unlock the Steam achievement, that would have been all we needed. Because I've achieved the ultimate campaign victory, the long campaign victory, and the short campaign victory. So we got all of those. Domination, only fucking people that hate themselves do domination. If you have a friend that's doing domination victories, you need to get them help. you need to get them help if you're a good friend. Oh my god, it's finally over. Holy shit, dude. 313 turns. Alright, so good shit. Here's the plan. Don't tell me I got here just as you finished. Yeah, get fucked, Flatline. Sorry, man. Alright. I am like mentally like from all those just throwing myself at undead over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. So, I'm gonna call it a night. I hope you all had fun. I am very pleased to be done with that campaign. I'm very proud of myself for accomplishing it. Because that was genuinely Martin Crescent, by the way, hello. Real Solaris and Walfarez and Canuckle and Thick Gumbo and oh my gosh, so many people that I was an asshole and didn't say hello to. I am very excited to be able to start the next one pretty soon. My goal, because we accidentally got sideswiped by fucking nonsense from what's it called? Maintenance. I would very much like to play Final Fantasy tomorrow morning. I don't know what time I'm going to wake up. Tomorrow is Tuesday. Yeah, but the goal is to have Lorebeards tomorrow. I'm going to go make the lobby before I go to bed. But we are supposed to have Lorebeards tomorrow. It is almost certainly going to be me and Ross talking about halflings at 3 p.m. CST, which I'm really excited about. Yeah, should be a good time. Thank you all very much for joining me. I super duper 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 deeply appreciate your time. And just love when y'all feel like hanging out with me. So let's go raid some peeps. You know, we can raid Melazand. I haven't raided Mel in forever. Melazand is a voice actress, and she is super fun and awesome and great. But I hope you all had a great time. If you enjoyed and you're like new around here, please do consider following and joining me for more Final Fantasy or Total War or whatever nonsense in the future. We're going to be talking quite a bit about new Warhammer Fantasy lore that has been hitting with the new Cathay book coming out in less than 2 weeks. So when the new Cathay book comes out, you better bet your butt we're going to be doing a big old stream on that. And in any event, I hope you all have a lovely day. I'm going to go to my outro now. Please tell Mel I said hello, and I appreciate her, and I miss her face. And I'll see you guys next time. Also, I'll put up a thing about it, but I'm going to be playing Vermintide this upcoming Wednesday with Bricky, Pancreas No Work, and Aurelia Temperus, which is kind of a god tier cast. So should be pretty fucking cool. YouTube, y'all are gonna get sent somewhere else. I'm not gonna apologize. Have fun on your random adventure. Anyway, see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.